I want to talk about it, but I also wait. I got some things to say, but I also will just.
Got some things to say. Okay.
I need to go through like what I experienced. It was crazy.
Uh-huh.
I got blackpilled so fast on this.
I think I might be. I don't know if blackpilled is the right word.
You said you agree with me. I like no, just say you're blackpilled like me.
I don't think blackpilled would be further than what we're at, I think.
That's probably true, but depending on who I'm talking to, we'll see how crazy I come off.
Right.
We switch. Also, does this mic okay? Is this mic good, or is this mic good?
Oh, that's the second one. It's way better.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Do you want me to use my AI voice thing that they just came out with the newest NVIDIA update? It sounds so like voice, and you sound clear, but you don't sound like yourself. It's so. I'll put it on in a second.
Yeah, I is it the RTX voice thing? I used to
it's
use
studio
RTX.
voice. It's new.
Studio voice. Okay.
Let me turn it on. Let me show you what it does.
Give me one sec. I gotta set up YouTube chat. I don't know what.
Can you hear me?
Holy shit! What the fuck? You sounded demonic.
Sorry, was that loud?
Dude, you sounded like Charlie Kirk. What the heck?
Am I good now then?
Yeah, you're good now, but it is a little.
Okay. Yeah, I see it's very loud. I just turned my input down. Is it weird? Is it weird?
What weird exactly?
Like, I don't sound like myself. At least when I tested it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you sound different for sure. It's
It was weird.
It is weird.
I talked to many people about it. Me and Ringold had a little slight disagreement, I think, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know if you saw. Yeah.
Hold on. I keep getting distracted.
Like
I saw a little bit, but it didn't seem like that big of a disagreement.
It's no. I DM'd him once on. Well, not DM'd. I responded to him once on Twitter, and then I do what I always do. Where I was like, let me just take it to DMs.
Yeah.
But then I was also in his server. That's what I always do. Okay, I'm not. I don't want to be like let's fight in the open. Okay, if I actually have a disagreement, I want to get to a good resolution.
Well, now it's not public. Now I can't epically react to it.
Very well. Actually, that's the goal. But I was also in his server. I think someone in his server was like, by the way, if you're a leftist and you think this was a good thing, you're as delusional as a right winger. And then I think, and he said the consequences from this, they are going to grape and schmurder the left. I said, I don't think it's a good thing, but I couldn't care less because it's not like the right...
TikTok censoring in the Discord server is crazy.
It's crazy. But I mean, he's a TikToker. And then and I said, because it's not like the right or Charlie would ever be the person to call for turning on the temp. If it was a leftist, he would be out here saying, "Oh, it's bad, but we shouldn't use this to take away gun rights." And that's if I give him the most good face. And I said, but the fact that we look at an insane shooter who hasn't even been identified and instantly think they're going to use this to grape the left, like we are too far gone.
Yeah. Definitely didn't like the guy, but never wish this on anyone. The stupid wish this on anyone is stupid. None of
yeah, does anyone? I mean,
no one is.
Don't open Twitter. Don't open Twitter. Don't say that.
Well, yeah. No, certainly there are people who. What's grape? You're not familiar with the TikTok censorship, Copeland, okay? Like no one is. I don't think that's irrelevant.
Sorry, no one's sane is doing that. That's the correct way.
Sure. And no one wants AOC to come out and say, I wanted this to happen. It's just that the question is like, do we want AOC and Dean to be doing these like weird or crying videos or whatever? AOC didn't do a video, right? It was just an interview that I think she was in. But yeah. Dude, I made I have this on stream right now.
I'm gonna say two things.
I made a fucking banner. That's like a rotating thing. It's a little bit. I need to make it better.
Oh, I think I saw it on your Discord where it was like because we were discussing going to a Unfuck America's
Charlie Kirk
tour, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had
don't live in Virginia anymore.
let me set this up.
Do you think we're still going to the one in Virginia?
Dude, they canceled. Dude, they nuked everything, which I guess makes sense.
Oh,
But
yes.
it's like they said all the. I think they said on their Instagram.
I mean, like, what's there to do now? Yeah.
All the events are canceled indefinitely.
Like, throwing your own would unironically be in bad taste at this point, I think, right? Like, if you were like, now that he's dead, we're going to throw our own events. Like, that would be an extreme bad taste.
Yeah. Which, in hindsight, was it ever a good idea to tie the event to like one person? I don't know. I guess I don't know how you could have. I don't know exactly how you would avoid that because, you know, Charlie Kirk is the one that is doing all these debates or whatever. Can you believe Charlie's life was taken from him because he had a different opinion? Technically, we don't know why yet, but that's not with where we're at right now. That's not, you know, that's not particularly actually surprising to me that happened. Sadly, that's the people should be, and to some extent, people are doing this. People should be way infinitely more sad about, you know, just the fact that political violence is more common nowadays than just like the fact that just someone died. But, you know, seconded back at you, real. I don't know why my webcam's fucked up. This will be used as an excuse for the biggest clampdown on free speech. That's the concerning thing. Can't wait. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the video by Trump, he was literally like, this is why we shouldn't demonize anyone. And we need to talk about the radical left. And it's like, bro, how did you, in the same sentence, bro?
I don't know what the fuck both Trump and Republicans generally are going to do. It's going to be fucked. That much is probably certain. I would imagine Trump already hates every fucking woke liberal university. I can't imagine the type of shit that we're gonna.
We agree right now. I found that neither of us was in Utah today.
Non-fun. This is crazy. What is crazy right now? You have friends to join VC, by the way, but it is crazy.
Not fun. Neither of us were in Utah today, correct?
Leftist unhinged right now. There are many who are. Okay.
Not fun.
But
please.
What?
I kept going. None of us were in Utah today,
I don't want to confirm or deny anything. No, we were not. Neither of us were in Utah. Okay.
There were some bad DMs looking from
there
me.
There were some bad. There were some bad looking DMs, dude.
Less than 24 hours. A little more. Sorry, a little more than 24
I know.
hours.
Yeah. It is fucking crazy. Okay. Non-Fun expresses interest in going to Unfuck America tour event. Okay. The next day.
Well,
literally
not only was that interest.
Next
there
day.
might have been a joke in the DM.
Well,
about
that
committing violence.
To be fair, that was you. That wasn't me. I think I said LMAO.
I just spat out my drink.
None of that.
Sorry,
was,
I've never been thrown under the bus that hard in my life. Jeez.
I mean, I'm just.
Just in case friends are watching.
Exactly. I'm just trying to. I just have to keep my name clear. Obviously.
Understandable.
Obviously.
Yeah. My Snapchat story is crazy. I was like, I think I need to make a social media log for the next week.
You know, you did post on your Instagram story I don't want to if I speak or whatever, or I shouldn't speak because what was the fucking mean?
Or I'm currently arguing with my father about this exact topic because he saw my Instagram story post and he responded to me about it.
Oh no!
And I was just trying to say in a vacuum. I was like I'm not trying to compare Charlie to Hitler, but and I was like, make sure you understand that I'm not doing a comparison. And then I was like, but listen, I think that someone can die and you cannot have sympathy for them. Like if it were to die today, I don't think I would be saying he had a wife and kids. Okay, that's all I was trying to say. And he was like, why are you comparing Hitler to Charlie, and I was like, I made sure I said it so many times. I was like, I was not using a comparison. I was showing a hypothetical to show that it's possible. And then his response was, unfortunately, a comparison used is a comparison used. Okay,
Hello.
Incredible. What's up,
What's up?
hamsters?
So we all saw that video. Like that shit was
With
actually
one of four.
Yeah, I've
the
seen,
one.
I think, 4 different ones, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he was like gushing. It seems like it's like kind of split on Twitter, but I've seen like a lot of like liberals denounce it, so that's good. But I've also seen a lot of
Dude, well, there's no, I don't know if there's any, what do you mean liberal? I haven't seen any liberal not denounce it. I've seen Hassan
that's what I mean. It's the leftists
like
that are.
make jokes about it, right? Like I saw Hassan say,
I was. Well, I mean,
actually, I don't even know if Hassan joked about it. He just said like, oh, gun control would have saved his life or whatever. But
I mean, Destiny. But Destiny does it with like every event. You know, with like
I don't
the kids who drowned in Texas. He like made. I mean, he does it with everything. So
right.
like, I don't really.
Well, Destiny's point,
take
and I don't
offense to
know
that.
exactly where I stand at this as of now. Destiny's point is just that it's like unbelievably cucked for the left to constantly condemn whatever political violence comes out of, or supposedly comes out our side. Who knows? We don't even technically know for sure yet if it is from our side, quote unquote. But
Yeah.
you know, the right never takes any of their, you know, they never try to turn down the temperature. They never,
Yeah.
you know, do any of their shit, or accept any political violence coming from their shit, like, or take accountability for it
Yeah,
at all.
what was her name? Melissa, like that, like the right's reaction to that was like pretty ghastly. And then remember the event where the transgender person like just jumped off a bridge or something? Like
Mhm.
everyone was making fun
Right.
of that
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
right. So it's like pretty
Yeah.
consistent. It's like not even like
And
far right
Charlie
people.
Kirk
Just,
himself
like,
was making fun of
people in general.
the Paul Pelosi hammer attack, right? And then he got mad at people trying to quote unquote politicize the deaths of of those Texas kids or whatever in the flood.
Yeah. Yeah, but in any case, like I still wouldn't like celebrate death, obviously. I put a tweet inside chat, like I thought that was like the most schizophrenic tweet of
Dude, we need PPG in here to be
the
schizophrenic.
leftist side.
Could
Oh,
riddance
yeah.
to this sociopath popping a bottle for this news? I don't think you should be popping a bottle to this news. I think it's,
Oh, did he tweet that?
I'm not that sad that like,
Yeah, no, like
he himself died or
not
whatever.
upset, like,
I don't
obviously.
like, but I also don't like that we're at this place
We're
in
fractured.
America right now. Like, I don't like the,
Yeah.
Obviously,
I mean, like, yeah, on like full like utilitarian grounds, obviously, this is like it seems like a net negative to me. I don't really see how you could
obvious.
actually say it to
No,
be
I
a
like the
positive.
Nicholas
Well,
Decker tweet. That's the
To
thing.
be fair, okay, it's only net
Agreed.
negative. You don't know what he was going to do in the future. Just saying.
True,
Okay.
insofar as
Yeah.
the expected
I feel like
value
they
of any
all have
action
did some
is
crazy shit,
indeterminate.
okay?
Okay.
Right, but I think it's just going to be like all Project 2025. Like they're just tending towards that. So like the conservative movement seems like more. I guess they're just like more united than in, like political calculations than the left. It seems, but
Unfortunately.
wait,
Dude,
what?
that's what the
Nicholas
thing that
Decker quote you're
sucks.
talking about?
Also, the Unfuck America tour is just entirely screwed now. They're just fucked. It's just gonna be. They nuked the website. Obviously, I can't imagine there's any way most of it is gonna come back at the very least. I don't know what the hell.
Start calling
Anyone,
Ben Shapiro.
they're gonna fucking do it all.
You think Ben Shapiro's going out? Nah, he's done for the year.
What's up,
I mean,
Hex?
he was
What's up,
supposed to have
online
an event
human? Hey,
in
from
late
NC.
September, but he
I'm from
delayed it,
NC.
so it
NC is
seems like-
goated.
I mean, they did do metal detectors at the event in Utah, so it seems like they're going to
Mhm.
obviously up security for all events now. But
I've read that college had like no gun ban. You could like, I could be wrong, but that's what I've read.
that's
Mhm.
what are Utah
Um,
gun laws like strict, or I don't know.
They wouldn't
Something
even
like-
would it have done anything that wasn't the guy on the roof.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's okay.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't think it
he's
actually
like what
would have.
Destiny said. Okay, he was like, "Where are all these gun carrying people? Like, shouldn't this be a
Who are
very
the good
safe
guys
area?"
with the guns?
Yeah, where's the?
Utah is some of the most
That's-
lax gun laws, apparently.
Listen, no, actually, I won't say that.
I mean, I believe that. I mean, it's
I
a red
want to
state.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Mormon jokes right now.
True. They are not strict, yeah. Well, chat. I trust chat. Okay.
Chat
They
never
would
lies.
tell
Chat's
lie to
telling me.
you.
Exactly. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
agree
like I
with
was saying
the.
before, the liberals seem to be pretty good on this one. If you look on Wikipedia, they actually have a list of all of like the big political figures who condemned this.
Mhm.
So that's pretty good.
Okay, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't I don't know what the optimal strategy is ever like going to be, but like, it does just seem unbelievably cucked every single time any of this shit ever happens. You have everyone on the
Yeah,
left
it's
coming
like
out and condemning,
reciprocated.
like they're
Yeah.
begging for forgiveness from conservatives, and like the same
Yeah,
almost
it is.
like never happens. And then I don't know. So like I don't know how you would respond to this to not to not do that,
Yeah,
but also
grocery
not
store,
potentially
yeah.
incite any copycat shit, because presumably that's a concern that we should have. But
I mean, I think the left is fine with like, condemning it, even if, the right doesn't do this. We can just probably just keep bringing it up, the fact that, it's kind of one-sided. But the thing is also they just like make random shit up. Like no details have been released about the shooter, right? And then, we have like these fucking 5-page narratives coming out. And like apparently there's evidence that they have that I don't, but I don't know. I guess that's how it is.
dude, yeah, I mean it's all Twitter. There's been no official statements other than that one press conference, right? And it's just them saying, "Oh, we have
Leftists."
I think they said they had like 2 people in custody. One they knew wasn't the shooter, but they still had him for some obstruction bullshit or whatever. And then the other guy was a suspected shooter, but then they, I guess, found out it wasn't him either. So,
Yeah.
I love the Twitter conspiracies.
There's actually a lot of people like strawmanning Charlie Kirk's positions now. Like this one where he's yelling Cenk Uygur, like the TYT guy, and everyone's saying, "Dude, he's fucking making fun of Asian people. He's yelling chink."
Wow.
But there's also another one where they said Charlie Kirk actually supports slavery. He wants to put black people back into like the 1980s or
To be fair to that person,
1800s
I did
slavery.
see the clip where he was literally like, black people committed less crime when they were slaves.
Yeah, it was like segregation was better for them
Oh,
or
I-
whatever. Charlie Kirk
Yeah,
was
he
like
was
pretty.
like,
Bible one.
He just literally said 1940s was better for black people than today. Like,
Oh, that is a little schizo. I think I saw the one with like doing some Christian apologetics.
No,
That was
I
a
mean
good
Charlie
one.
Kirk, from the stuff I've seen, is pretty out there and saying a lot of times. Like he's not just the median conservative, but he's, I'm pretty sure he has a lot of more like he probably does have some race realist takes. I think he just hides them. I think he hides his power
Definitely
level a
for
little
optics.
bit. He he had that tweet not that long ago about
Power level.
the Indians or whatever, when he was just like, Indian immigration is so fucking horrible. Our country's full. We don't need any more of these people doing whatever. That tweet was insane. I'm trying to wonder if I can find it.
I mean, there's one. I think there's one with like Arab countries as well. But it might have been a different conservative pundit.
I'll be the first to say it. Okay. That was like a long shot with some really good accuracy. Okay. Do we think there's a
that is a
possibility of it
crazy
being
shot.
a hit, like an actual hit job?
I
I
doubt
saw
it.
a lot of tweets of like from the far.
I mean, the
right
killer
people,
got out without any like identification.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, if he was so far and everyone was in a panic, I feel like he could have gone away. But the thing is, like, how did he? It was like 200 meters, right? So that's like
yeah,
600
I think
feet or
it's where we're
something.
at. I think it's where
I
we're
asked
currently
my
at. It
friend.
might not even been on the dudes on the roof. Like we don't got a lot
Yeah,
to go off
I mean,
of.
Yeah, no, and I see people. Okay, even Sam, like, not to call him out, but he's like talking about how have we not found this dude? And then I also see
It
people on
would
like
be
the far
crazy
right complaining
if it was a
about,
fucking
how
if it
have
was a
we
far
not
right
caught this
dude.
dude yet? Like, with
200
what
meters
evidence?
isn't a
Like,
long
what are we
shot.
supposed to go off of?
Yeah, the FBI was
for-
like, we know he's wearing dark clothes,
That's a
he was
decently
on a
long
roof.
shot, right?
and that's all we think right now. It's like, okay, so you watched the same video we did on Twitter. Gotcha. Like, yep,
It's
not
great FBI work.
it's
And
not
it
like
seems
insane sniper shot, right?
yeah, no,
But
Cash
it's-
Patel is just like tweeting the same things
My
over and
understanding is
over
that's
every
something
hour.
the average
Oh,
person
we
can
have
do
a new
very easily.
suspect. He's been released. Oh, we have another new suspect.
That
Oh,
was
he's been
crazy.
released as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. Unfortunate.
Actually, I'm like still in shock. Like Charlie Kirk is dead. Like that's something like kind of weird to grasp your head around.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. Dude, I woke up at 3 p.m. because I had a alarm set.
Wait, did you sleep through this?
No,
I mean, he
like
got
the
shot at, like,
news
early, right?
broke. Like when I first, not the news broke, but that because it wasn't confirmed he was dead at the time. But like, the video of him being shot or whatever was released like a few minutes before I woke up. Like it was crazy. Like I literally like wake up and I have like 3 pings from people, and it's like Charlie Kirk got fucking shot. Like,
Yeah.
it was probably an ex-military
Yeah.
time. He shot multiple times. What? He didn't shoot. All the
I
videos
don't
I've
think.
seen,
I think there was one
I only
shot.
hear
I
one.
don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, I only hear one
That's what
gunshot.
confused me the most, because like you have to be a very like confident marksman to take one shot.
Yeah,
Ask
Well, I mean,
my
you could've
friend
just
who
seen that he
has
hit.
guns and stuff.
one to the neck, one to the upper
Yeah.
body. No, it didn't. Look, there's only one. I mean, you can watch the video. There's only one gunshot sound in like all the videos,
Yeah.
and there's only one like actual
Hole.
wound or whatever. Now there are some theories. I was talking to Isaac about this. There are people who think
A
that he was
bullet
wearing like a
bounce?
bulletproof vest or whatever, and that's why it
Yeah.
like kind of looks like a bounce off of his chest and then like into his neck. But
But the angle, I'm not a big. The shirt looks weird, I will say, but the angle looks
yeah,
I mean, that is a
all the videos are
crazy
too low
shot.
quality to say anything. But when he began to fall,
Yeah.
he was hit again. Source? You don't see that in the videos, and you don't hear another gunshot.
sorry.
You
Making that
expect to
up.
hear.
Hey,
I was
not to one second, not to out myself too much. I grew up in a Republican household, and I'm just here chatting on fun. 200 yards, bro. 50 is like. I'm sorry. I just see 200 is not a hard shot. Maybe if you have like military experience, but 200
friend
is
who-
a tough shot. I don't know in what world you think that's not.
No, I asked my friend who this. I was like kind of surprised too. I don't like really
Mhm.
believe him too much, but my friend who has guns and stuff said someone who just like has a little bit of experience with guns could probably hit that.
What's up, Red
But I think he
Radius?
might just like, I don't know, might be spitballing.
Maybe I'm wrong, but without zeroing in anything, going onto a roof, I'm pretty sure 200 would be a pretty difficult shot. I got military friends. Okay, I can text if I need to, but I don't think they have experience shooting 200 yards. I don't know who.
200 is far, guys. We should just ask
That's really far.
ChatGPT.
When the video released, I saw everyone in the comments, "Grok, is this real? Is this AI?" That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, have you
That's
seen?
kinda
I've seen
far.
the conspiracies with his ring. His ring switched fingers apparently. Okay, so it's obviously AI.
It's AI. He's
The
The
still
one
alive.
shot and lack of any evidence is crazy. Definitely a marksman of some sort. Isn't a crazy shot, but that confident is crazy. I mean, I don't even know. Like, he could have legitimately just gotten semi-lucky. Like, he probably, like, almost certainly had some experience.
I don't. You don't. It's. I don't think you get lucky with a shot like that. That's what the like.
I mean, I think
If you don't have any experience with a rifle, there's so
I mean,
many
that,
things that would go wrong before you even
the guy
take a
who
shot.
tried to shoot Trump, was he trained at all? I don't know how far away he was.
no, I mean that dude missed like twice.
How far
Yeah,
was
he got
He
pretty
was not
close.
200.
He got pretty close. I don't know if I don't think he was 200 yards away, but
This
He
is
was
a
like
rooftop
40.
one, right?
Let's see.
Dude, they should
God,
have.
Steve,
Okay,
what is
actually, I don't know if I
Steve
should say that,
fucking-
but they should have
he's 400
hired this guy for.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. No, yeah, no, sorry, it's 100. It was about 130 yards. Is what I'm saying.
I don't want to like make more conspiracy theories, but like
And that
I
dude
have
took
a
like 8 attempts.
conspiracy-
Okay.
I love the
I have a
conspiracy
theory
theory.
that this guy is like going to kill more of the pundits. Like he's on his way because like he got away with it, so I feel like he just chills out.
No, every person who
they-
is a
Another one.
firearm. Not funny. He talked to the firearms. Every person who is a firearm. Oh my
True.
god.
I mean, they
Also-
everyone canceled their shit. Like Ben Shapiro canceled like his shit as well, obviously.
Also, one second, just because it's retarded. Also, these people have championship experience with three gun people with championships and decades of experience. Then why do you think that might be why 200 probably not a difficult shot for them?
Or maybe he's hunting other people now. I mean, I kind of doubt. Not that, as the qualified expert I am, I doubt for the most part that he'd be actively chasing other people. It seems like he had a pretty specific goal. If he literally just came in, did one fucking shot, and left.
No zeroing in.
Don't feed the conspiracies. What paper did you read to propose these ideas? Source, common man. Source, a Twitter account with 17 likes. Okay, so source Grok told me so. All right.
Well, let me check out PPG's. I mean, I feel like PPG would legitimately just.
I did watch that Baze video.
Yeah, you don't. He would be.
Right?
No, PPG definitely. Well, I'll have to control what PPG says.
How much
but I do want to. I do want to talk to him. But I might agree.
I was trying to talk to him earlier. I don't know if he's streaming, but I don't think he is.
No, not yet, at least. I do it.
See, but we have these like meltdowns on the right too, with like, that guy Gunther Eagleman, the dude with fucking. He always has like the weirdest tweets. He's like, "This is war," and then we have like Jesse Waters tweeting about like the left is full of murders, even though we don't even know who the killer is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the war narrative that started.
You fucking politicians never say shit about it, and all the pundits barely say shit about it, bro. Like we have the biggest like Dean was like crying on his live stream. Like I'm assuming I should look up the clip. I assume it was relatively performative crying, but I don't know. Maybe it was really truly emotionally effective. It's not impossible.
I mean,
but like you don't see. But Charlie Kirk himself,
probably.
like I said, the Paul Pelosi shit, like all you saw was people.
It's very like I don't know. It's like a little delusional, honestly. But Sarsky said,
but doesn't it feel like hold on again? I don't know the right response, but doesn't it feel like so like weird to just have the Democrats infinitely like cuck out like that and like take the?
I don't know if it's cucking out, but it's more like I don't know. It just feels like you're talking to a child. Like I'm not gonna hold myself to a different standard.
But these people have power.
They do have, yeah, that's true. I mean, there's like political calculus. That's true. That's true. But
it's so dystopian watching TikTok live because he has like the stupid TikTok filters going on because he's getting donated while he's like talking about a very serious subject. And it's like, oh my god,
yeah, you gotta turn that shit off.
But he's on his YouTube. He has a YouTube live stream.
What's up, First?
What's good? How are we doing?
Hello.
Good.
Oh, that's not what I.
Nothing but love in my heart for all of you, even though you have evil politics. I guess I don't know who this Isaac person is, but you two have evil politics. The two that I do know, evil politics, but nothing but love in my heart.
I agree.
Well, evil. I'm not
politics.
as evil as hamsters. What the hell? Unbelievable.
That's true.
No.
True. Do you have thoughts on job guarantee, non-fun? You gotta be pro job guarantee, man.
It's better than the minimum wage, low key, no?
True.
It might be better than minimum wage. I don't know. I think the only thing I've seen is sort of I've seen Sam and Sample talk about it. So I've seen the one synthetic control paper from Australia that said a job guarantee was good or whatever. But it just, it feels like, sort of broadly, I think redistributive policies, you tend to be able to just target a wider range of people. Because a lot of people, just don't work. A lot of people who are in poverty are people who just don't work for whatever reason because they're disabled or something. And they tend to just have less deadweight loss or allocative issues. Like, I don't know, cash benefits would probably be better for a lot of people than a job guarantee. And I think I would have concerns with misallocation of labor when it comes to a job guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good literature on some of this, but I'm so glad I can outsource all of my empirical concerns to Sam. That's so nice. So I can focus on what really matters, which is arguing about theories of justification with a sample text. Or no, that was with somebody else. Never mind. Non-fun, do you drink?
Nope. I'm too young to drink. legally.
No one here is 21.
Goated.
Wait, how old are you, Trisky?
I'm 21 actually, so this is the first year I've been
right.
but I've been drinking for a minute. Oh no, my dog has disappeared. Oh no. She's okay. I'm sure she's okay. Yeah. I'm derailing the stream, but nothing but love in your soul. That's what you got to approach the world with, and that's the key. Read Jesse Spafford's book, Social Anarchism and the Rejection of Moral Tyranny. It's a good book. Anyway.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Very interesting.
I have I DM'd this to one person earlier, not you guys, but someone else who was on Wick's panel earlier. I have significantly less love in my soul for any of these people who complain about USAID and like actively support gutting all the USAID shit. I think a lot of obviously the people we give aid to are in, I would say, even more sympathetic situations than Charlie Kirk is in, and he supports just straight up fucking essentially killing them. I mean, by omission killing them, but I don't view that difference as particularly relevant here. So,
I mean, they're like independent events, so like it's not going to really have a bearing. If anything, this is probably going to perpetuate like this Project 2025 agenda more. Because he's like basically a martyr for
so I mean,
that.
I agree. So politically, that's fine or whatever. I'm just saying, it just personally, so it feels a lot like I have a lot less personal sympathy. Not that I care that much about like any type of celebrity or political death or whatever. When these people are evil, they're demonic. Okay.
True. I'm not celebrating it here. I don't know. They have a pretty strict policy. I mean, you can just go to Kick.
I am on Kick as well.
They controversial stuff. I mean, I can see if someone.
I'm on Rumble. Okay, don't worry, we have the Rumble back up. Worse than shrimp. I mean, I don't think USAID is probably as effective as the Shrimp Welfare Project, but Charlie Kirk raped me and then he was unalived. This is true. This is real. Dude, I saw, for whatever reason, there was a pretty uncensored video on TikTok of the shooting. That was kind of weird to me. Unfucking America killed Charlie Kirk. I heard, apparently. Well, they nuked their website, so obviously it was them. Obviously they're covering their tracks. No, yeah. Like I said, it is crazy. And people, again, I don't know what the appropriate response is, but it is fucking crazy that the left has to nuke one of their, I don't know if Unfucking America is one of the biggest things, but a pretty big section of the organized left or whatever, because some random insane person decided to unalive Charlie Kirk. Dude, I was thinking about trying to apply to them too. It would have been a banger tweet, okay? By the way, if after he was shot, I submitted just posted a screenshot of me finishing the application, like I did for Chorus when the Chorus drama came out. But they nuked their website. There's no archive of the apply thing. This is now the best time to apply. You can't do it anymore. Everything's gone. They nuked everything.
Not fun. Wait, if they lose the copyright, let's take it.
Wait, that, but unironically.
I don't know if there's. I don't even know if there's copyright.
I mean,
they've already
what is
won.
The reason why they shut down
this is
Unfuck America? Is there any good reason other than the fact
because there's no.
Around?
I think the biggest thing is probably the media environment for the most part. The left is just gonna get blamed for it, and
True.
not that it's.
Not, but are you going to change the?
I mean, they still have leftist support. So
at the Unfuck America tour, why is it still on your thing?
What? Oh, the
I
banner.
Just saw the ad come up. Yes, pretty Unfuck America tour. I think that one should maybe go.
I have to not find out. Could you? I know, unbelievably. I have to like edit it to like in Premiere Pro to fix that shit. I don't want to do that. I think it's funny. I don't know what the deal is. We're trying to raise money for the Unfuck America tour.
We're still going to the one in Virginia. Gotcha.
We're still going there. We're just gonna show up. You know, fingers crossed. This is a straight white male who's a registered Republican like Matthew Kirk. That's the only thing that can save us. Now, it wouldn't. It's not going to save you. It's not going to.
If he's black, it's so over. Like we're
Dude,
never going to hear that.
It's over.
If he's black or trans, it's literally over.
It will.
It's like
believe it's
over.
Not. It's not. No matter what. People. The Democrats have already not accepted the blame or whatever. They've already implicitly accepted some of the blame because they all immediately came out and said this is so horrible, blah 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 blah. Which, to be fair, like I don't think some of those responses were bad, but people absolutely are just gonna blame left no matter what. It's crazy. Doesn't even matter. It'll be the same as a trans, blue hair, or a boomer groper, right? Gonna message the exact same. Well, yeah, exact. Well, not the exact same. If it's a trans person, it's actually over. It's actually so over. It's unbelievably over.
Since we can't go to that anymore, can we go to SlutCon?
SlutCon?
The one that what the Twitter girl's throwing?
Oh, the Ayala? Where is that?
I don't know, but we need new plans now that, you know.
Oh yes, I love the Israel conspiracies. Bro, I thought, you know, I saw that video, but you know, I still thought Charlie Kirk was gonna live for a bit. Because I saw BB tweeted out praying for Charlie Kirk, and I was like, oh no, he has Israel on his side. Okay, he's gonna pull through. But he did not. He did not pull through. Okay, BB did not pray hard enough, apparently. That
I was joking with Vegan. Imagine if like he actually tweeted that shit before Charlie died. Or Charlie got hurt. That would have been actually insane.
That would be. That Grace girl I talked to, by the way, I think had a video about it. I wonder what. I think she.
Was she there?
Might be a little.
Oh, she's
crazy. Hold on. I should stream this to you. I haven't seen this yet, but I've seen like the first few seconds of one of them, but that's it.
Oh, check Praxben's story is like 500 stories.
Dude, I did see Praxben TikTok about it, I think.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it though. Right, what's going on
I feel
here?
like at least like half of the people who are trolling me right now saying that I've never worked a day in my life, I feel like at least half of them, their morals and values are wanting to go back to like the trad wife era.
Okay, I think this is...
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun.
It's just that people keep bringing that up, and I think that's... I don't think it's entirely unfair to bring up, but to be fair, literally everyone, I said this in DM sides, like literally everyone has some belief like that, you know, on the margin.
Like the thing is inherently valuable.
Well, no, just that, like, obviously there are going to be trade-offs, including the deaths of people from, you know, doing certain things, but, oh yeah, CPPG just sent this in my Discord.
Beat lost. Some of the memes are kind of funny, I can't lie.
Oh, I know, I like some of the memes, okay. Some of the memes are good.
I'll
Listen, like I said, I have very little...
Just so everyone's aware.
Like, personal sympathy.
I don't condone political violence.
I just realized his death was a school shooting.
Yeah, no, his death overshadowed the school shooting that happened in...
No, his death was a school shooting. It was a shooting.
Oh, yeah, that's true, that's true.
School!
That's true, yeah.
There was 2 school shootings today. Shout out America.
Like Kirk's assassination. What I don't understand is why I see so many lefties and political commentators from the left hopping on and immediately trying to check their side, immediately trying to say, you need to react this way.
Oh, no.
You need to feel this way. You need to have this experience. And I am so done with lefties reprimanding other lefties, okay? Because what this is doing is admitting guilt to something the left did not do. This is playing exactly into the narrative of the right. And granted, I know we have to have higher standards as the right. I can accept that. But what we should be doing as lefties is saying, you know what, this is sad, this is tragic, but this is not our fault. This is the right's fault. We have been advocating for gun reform since day one for people even like Charlie Kirk, okay? We are not going to take the guilt for that. We're going to allow our side to have its own experience, and we are going to push for stronger gun reform instead of hopping on and try to reprimand our own side to fall in line. In light of Charlie Kirk's
okay. I thought that take was going to be a little bit worse, but that's mostly...
I mean, she basically kind of said what I was thinking with, like, how we should have higher standards. Like, not trying to... I mean, it seems like Destiny is trying to just, like, match whatever the right does. And
well, I think his point... So the issue is, I don't know if I disagree with him on this point more generally sometimes. When he says, like, there has to be some amount of, like, tit-for-tat stuff. Otherwise, there's just no incentive for the Republicans to do anything. I just don't see, like, in this specific case, although I think you can obviously assign blame for the sort of tension and polarization in America. I think a large part of that is due to Donald Trump. I don't see, like, the tit for tat there only makes things worse. I don't know what the, like, there's no incentive for the Republicans sort of not to respond.
And the incentive should be just that it's, like, good optics to, you know, condemn shootings. But I guess I don't think it's viewed the same on both sides, but
probably not.
Hearing about how death is awful and we need to condemn it. No fucking shit. No shit. That's why we've been
she's going to talk about Gaza, is she?
Gun control from the jump.
I don't know, I feel like coming.
We don't like death. We don't like violence. Now is the time when conservatives want to say, oh, your side is so awful for cheering on the death. Our response can be, gun violence is awful. Will you join the progressives in taking on the NRA? Will you join?
Real. Okay, she's making the same point. But yeah. Should have seen that WIC panel. I did see some of it. Most of it seemed pretty dumb to me. I don't know what. Is there something especially crazy that I should check out from it? It was hella dumb, I would imagine.
It's not a Charlie Kirk meme on your feed.
Listen, like I said, okay, some of the memes are
lucky so funny.
I don't have much, like, personal level sympathy for it, so I don't think it's evil to make fun of some of the, or just make memes about some of it.
Yeah, I think the memes are funny as long as you don't want to, like, advocate for political violence. It's probably fine.
Probably.
Yeah, just probably.
This is 7 hours long. Oh my god. I might be misunderstanding Destiny a little bit on his take. What is his take exactly, David? I might be. I didn't watch most of his stream because, like I said, the news broke when I, like, woke up, and then I had to go. Like, I set an alarm to wake up in time to, like, drop my brother off at soccer practice, and I basically ran errands until, like, 8 p.m. or whatever. I came back and I goofed off for a little bit and then started the stream. His take on stream versus Twitter is different. I've seen one of his tweets.
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Oh my god, I haven't talked to you in so long. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
Basically, I just wanted to say, I think it was less so like tit for tat in this specific instance, and more so that like the messaging needs to be, the right has to take a step down first.
Mm-hmm.
That, like, we don't have to, like, you know, celebrate this, like, because it's bad, obviously, but, like, that if they want to take the violence down, then they need to be the ones taking the first step, because they are the problem. Like, that's just objective, the facts. Like, they're the ones who've pushed this horrible rhetoric.
That's a nice one, Testicle Johnson.
And got us to where we are. And now it's like we can say, yeah, we would love to tone down the rhetoric, but like you guys have to take that first step. And it was obvious with all of their responses that that's not happening. That that they are hell bent on blaming Democrats. That the liberals were the ones that caused this. That like
I know that's like actually insane to me how they've already like created a narrative and nothing has come out.
And we know nothing. We know nothing about this guy, right? We have no idea. We don't even know if it's a guy. We don't even know,
Legit, it literally could just
be a woman. We don't know. And they've already created this demon out of it. And Elizabeth Warren had an amazing take, unironically.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, regardless of whatever the shooter turns out to be, the story is going to stick.
Yeah, I know. It sucks. And I think what's worse is that, like, there's a possibility we won't know for a long time. Like, it seems like they are clueless as to any leads. Johnson. They don't even have, like, a general description or, like, they haven't moved on setting up, like, a perimeter or anything. Like, it's just, they got nothing.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy day.
I'm gonna put something in chat for you to look at. This guy, me and Nodvon are friends with. Like, he has the most insane schizophrenic tweets I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
There's another. Let me find the one. There's one he's talking about. He's talking about locking up everyone. Let me find it.
I love.
Dude, yeah, this guy apparently. This guy was fucking Charlie Kirk's biggest fan. Apparently, he was like Charlie Kirk got shot. He was like, "My fucking blood is boiling. I'm gonna lock up every Democrat." I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why he loves Charlie Kirk so much. But
did you see the one? I don't know. I wish I could find the clip. There's a clip of a either Republican Utah. I think maybe she's a House of Representatives person or something, and she like instantly. I think this was before they even heard whether or not Charlie had survived. And she said, "All I know is that Democrats are to blame." I was like, "What the? We don't even know."
Oh yeah, I know.
We're dead yet.
The reporter actually asked like a follow-up question. Is like, do you blame Republicans for like this gun violence that happened with like?
He asked if they blamed Republicans for the Wisconsin shooting of the Democrats.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Then her response was like, "How dare you? We're talking about Charlie." It's just like, bro, kill me.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, everything is. Every issue is like this. Okay, what?
He's talking about these trans CIA group chats. What is he yapping about?
Dude, he's insane. Yeah.
Where did you post this in the general chat? Or where did you?
Oh, I'm sharing my screen right now on Discord. That's what I think he's reading the tweets from this or from that.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh wait, was this before? No, this was before. I think.
I'd like some more updates from Tulsi Gabbard. Came out swinging with those trans CIA group chats. Let's go. Dude,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, this guy's crazy. I don't know. I think I have to. Well, damn, there Isaac goes. Goddamn. I have to scroll down a lot to find this. I don't know.
I gotta go too.
He had one He had one tweet that was like, the increase in immigration. It's all like a WEF globalist plot. It was crazy. His evidence was like literally just
the IMF.
Exactly. Like he just showed like a chart of like the foreign share population, foreign-born share of the population increasing across developed countries, and it's like I wonder, are there maybe like in advanced economies you see aging populations and immigrants want to move there more because their wages are higher. Maybe that's a factor that's common across all these nations, or maybe it's the WEF doing a globalist conspiracy plot.
Oh my gosh.
Like it
was search up globalist, he'll probably see something schizophrenic.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. I think the mass illegal immigration across the West was a coincidence instead of coordinated effort out of far left globalist think tanks like the WEF. I have a bridge to sell you. What's up, Trump? Won
This
3
is-
times. Dude, this guy is so fucking dumb. Indeed. I did the nice.
Oh, you spawned him? Oh god.
It's so.
How long was that thread?
Yeah, you non-fun. I'm dumb AF. What? Unbelievable.
Anytime I see like a thread with you or you and New York Shade or that AV debater guy, like it's
Oh my
always
God,
like
kill me.
700 tweets long.
Yeah. Holy shit, you
I
do.
think,
You're owning non-fun so hard. I have been owned. You have no idea. Non-fun will never recover from this. My career is over. Really.
Micah on Instagram, he compiled.
I
like,
messaged
a lot
the She's Right. Have you seen her recently? She's
Yeah.
been in a few debates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am hoping to I'm hoping to talk with her for like an upcoming video about this specifically. So I wanted to do a
Live right
video
now.
about
She's talking with someone named Corbin, who was also
Yeah, I
on
was,
some of the same panels.
Yeah, no, I was I didn't have time. I didn't want to
Smart,
do all that tonight.
very
I'm not
Republican,
even
He stepped up, but a lot didn't.
I'm barely awake.
Yeah.
I just
I don't
hopped
know
on
why
because
the
I
White
saw
House
you were
called-
live.
Yeah.
All right,
Can't
I'm gonna
wait
go to
today,
sleep.
man.
I'll see
I'm
you guys
sure
later.
there's definitely a real new chatter. Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, my hamsters. Goddamn. Oops. 7 children watching your stream. How do you know they're children? That seems like you're the one interested in the age of my chatters.
Oh man. This is bad news though. I'm scared for what I have no idea what to expect the aftermath of this to be. It could go so many directions.
Right. When I imagine, I don't think Trump already doesn't like universities. I can't
I
imagine
know.
things are gonna get any better for them anytime
I
soon.
know. I just can't what keeps going to my head when I think about what the fallout from this might be is that I keep thinking he wanted to paint the border wall black. That was one of his
Right,
suggestions.
yeah.
I'm just so the limits for what could happen are literally non-existent. We have no freaking idea what's going to happen.
Right.
Oh, but it is what it is. Nothing ever happens though. We need to hold strong, right?
The nothing's ever happened has gotten a little not great recently. Oh
know.
man.
I know.
Oh man.
It's so funny. Have you seen the Doomer Circle Jerk subreddit?
No.
Oh, okay. You need to do yourself a favor and check that out at some point in your life because that subreddit is all right, I don't like Hassan and I don't like the reactionary left. I hate MAGA, obviously. But I have a special place in my heart specifically for Doomer Circle Jerk subreddit. All right.
Let's go.
They are all they post about is people doomering, right? People being oh, everything's awful or whatever. But half the posts on there are just factual posts of stuff actually happening. And they're oh, look at these people. They think that Trump has a Gestapo. And it's a literal article about the, freaking ICE invading and abducting people. It's bro, this is actually happening. They're not doomering. This is real life now.
I'll give you $1,000 to come on my stream. What the fuck? Are you talking to me or are you talking to the other chat or Trump won 3 times? 85% of the world supports Trump. Even if that were true, why would I give a fuck? What the hell? I'm talking to anyone. If you want to shoot me a link to come on your stream for $1,000, I'll fucking do that. You can come on. You can come. Can you? I got my own Discord server. I don't know if you.
Taylor Lorenz might write about you accepting dark money.
That's true.
You need to be careful. You need to be careful.
Even worse. It's even worse, actually. I'm accepting MAGA money, okay?
I know.
I know the source, and it's from someone evil. It's from MAGA. Unbelievable. You're more than evil. That's true. That's real. He's anti-globalist. I'm aware Trump is anti-globalist. That's what makes him cringe. These are the types that shot Charlie. We have no clue who shot him yet. But all right, buddy. That's true. Democrats held Africans for 410 years. I never considered this. Are you okay with that? Believe it or not, I'm not. I think slavery was bad.
Whoa,
but also the Democratic Party has not been around for 410 years. The Democratic Party was founded, it was in the 1800s, right?
I think that, I think so. I think it was after Roosevelt, so.
Yeah, 1828.
But
the Democratic Party has been there the whole time under different names. No, you are wrong. No, you are wrong. Yeah, you can keep saying it. Buddy, if you want to shoot me a link to join your stream or whatever so we can talk about it in VC instead of you spamming in chat, that'd be great. But
I would love to defend party platform from over 200 years ago, but I don't think it's relevant to what we believe now.
Spamming? What a turd. Wow. Because I'm right, true. Jesus was a Democrat. This is true.
What was it? I think it was a bunch of people posting that Jesus was Palestinian.
Yeah.
He was an immigrant. Would you have let him in?
No, we're a nation
have you seen the clip of the one guy who goes around doing the interviews at like Trump rallies or whatever, asking that one lady if they would let Trump in, if they would let Jesus in if he was an illegal immigrant, and they said only if he had the correct documentation.
Let's go. Oh no.
And I was just like, hey, party over or country over religion is kind of low key. I agree with that. Base. All right, well, I'll let you keep streaming. I also need to go to bed.
Yeah, kill me. I don't think I'll be streaming for that long anyway. I think I'll stream for maybe another hour. We'll see. But
well, have a good night. Rip Charlie Kirk.
Real. Celsia, appreciate it. Incredible. Eat shit. Don't disrespect Jesus. Maybe you should be a mental pills big guy. Probably should be. Trump Dems are just like you. You are both voting for corrupt politicians. That's true. They're equal levels of corruptness, okay? I remember Joe Biden's meme coin. I remember that. I remember, Joe Biden having a bunch of tariffs and exempting companies from tariffs if they gave him a golden plaque of American manufacturing. Which is this you, 4X? The discourse ever? Trump won 3 times, man. If you want to pay me my $1,000, I'll pin the donation link. Okay. What's up, Aaron? I mean, more extreme background checks. How can people actually be happy about people killing each other or political disagreement? It's sad in my opinion. I don't know if there's that many people. So, I mean, there's definitely some out there. I don't know if there's that many people happy about people killing each other. There are people who are happy, like Charlie Kirk is. I don't think it's totally incongruent even to be happy that like Charlie Kirk is dead or whatever, but also to not like that our country's in a state where political violence is more common than it used to be. Oh, what's up, Poland? But speaking of Poland, some interesting developments happened there recently. But I don't, I'm not one of those people, to be clear. There are entire compilations of people celebrating it Well, I think there are definitely people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Now, I don't think that's a particularly big sect of people. Certainly, like none of the elected politicians are doing anything close to that. You have every Democratic politician coming out already and saying, "Oh, please, God, forgive us. Please, this is so bad. Political violence is never, ever, 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 ever acceptable, and free speech and blah 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 blah." And it's like, free speech, true. Do you think what happened today was more left versus right, or good versus evil? It's hard to say because we don't know details about the shooter. Presumably, like, it could be some crazy, like, left-wing guy who just really fucking hates Charlie Kirk. And any right-wing person. Apparently, I don't want to watch all this shit. I'm sure half of you have already seen some of this. I know Wick has his panel talking about it.
Doing this. And yes, it is big, mainstream, Republican, or right-leaning at least, influencers, pundits, etc., who make these types of excuses for this terrible behavior, where they will say, obviously I condemn this, it's not okay they do it, right? But we do have to have a talk about how trans ideology is hurting our children.
But that still isn't the same thing as them specifically.
Haven't contacted my family yet as they woke up and only at college found out what happened. They live in the eastern areas of Poland. Well, I hope they're all right, Poland.
Saying this person deserved.
It is enough
that they killed
to make.
themselves.
That you're making distinctions without differences here.
I think that there is a difference because you're not saying that
violent criminals need to be deported to a remote island in the middle of nowhere. It seems a little.
The actual
seems a little harsh. It seems even more. It seems pretty expensive too. Don't think the expected value of that one is positive. Nobody shot Charlie Kirk as Nick. Just did that on its own. He was raging really hard. Okay, like when you start raging really hard, your veins start to pop. Okay, it was a particularly harsh. You heard the word transgender, and it was just like immediately the rage within him. He was just thinking about his last league match. Real. The rage within him. Okay. My family has both parties, and our extended families are friends, so it is possible to respectfully disagree with each other. It is indeed, believe it or not, I have plenty of respectful disagreements with people. Occasionally. I don't know if I should say plenty. This was a pretty respectful chat. 8 views. I gotta go. Well, thanks for stopping by, Tesco Johnson. Love you later. I love you too, Tesco Johnson. Beautiful. Wonderful. We can make Australia 2. Sounds pretty fun. That's true. Oh no, it's a 2-hour video Destiny made. Dear Lord. How do people have so much to say about this shit even? I don't get it. I want to talk about the BLS, and now I'm
sign up for Discord.
Forbidden from doing so. Not forbidden. Heavily incentivized not to do so.
Someone took. Did they ever say this person is a communist?
Jokes?
So what do you expect is going to happen?
Also,
Jokes?
I've got the quote as far as what in response to this, as far.
I don't get it. You should literally just do this so easy. You just do the meme. You do the Destiny meme. What do you want me to say? Political violence is bad, and then you do the other meme. But political violence is bad. But and then we do the whatever the biggest grievance you have with MAGA / Charlie Kirk is. It's literally that like very simple format, okay, that everyone should do, and takes 10 minutes. All right. Political violence is bad. All right. We shouldn't, as Democrats, we shouldn't accept it. We should excise those who support it from our party or whatever. But obviously, I don't feel very sympathetic for Charlie Kirk because, it's a movement like his that, deports people without due process, that kills millions of people, via USAID cuts. Like, it's that simple, guys. We did it. Woohoo. It's that simple. We're supposed to be watching economics with calculus videos. We were. I wasn't planning on streaming today at all, but I figured I'd cash in a little bit, because this shit happened. So, it is unfortunate, my banner. I have to remake my banner. Oh no. What's going to be the new protocol of political public speaking? You're just going to see universities have metal detectors and shit, and then people are going to forget about it in 5 years, and we'll go back to normal, probably, hopefully, ideally. By the way, is this guy actually talking to Kyle Kalinske, or is he reacting to a video of him?
I'm not going to give it credit for a name.
Yeah, he's reacting to a video. Okay. I was confused for a second there. I don't know anything, or sorry, not pundit. Anything. I don't know much about the She's Right girl. I've seen her a few times, but I don't actually know her positions and stuff.
I didn't agree with a lot of what he said, or what he.
Oh no.
Believed. I think it's worth.
Someone on Twitter already tried to blame the South Park. People on Twitter have blamed already. It's Israel's fault. It's the left's fault. It's the grocers' fault. It's South Park's fault. Explain how Charlie Kirk's movement kills millions of people, please. Sure. I think the MAGA movement generally, the very isolationist movement that they have, is very supportive of the cuts that were made to USAID. I think, the people who made those cuts were obviously part of the MAGA movement. They were the fucking Doge kids, doing those things. And that, the USAID cuts are projected to kill millions of people. I think that's a very evil thing to do. And, although, I think political violence is bad, even if I think the person who was killed or whatever is evil, which in this case, I don't think Charlie Kirk himself is that super particularly evil. I do think he supports some evil things and had some material impact on that. Yet millions didn't die. Probably hundreds of thousands have already died. What do you mean? You're just not going to believe any numbers I show you, whatever. But we can just look at there's just the impact counter, which tries to estimate roughly how many people have been killed so far because of the USAID cuts and disruptions. But go to gym leisure? Didn't consider that. What evil things, lol? I feel like I just explained. Okay, globalist sounds like WF numbers you got there. Yeah, true. It's true. This is the thing from the Lancet. I think they estimate in the tens of millions by 2030. So, we're well on our way. And also, I never claimed anything close to, we already saw that or whatever, or millions of people die. I just said, it's projected to. I don't think I ever even claimed that stuff. I don't know why you think it's known. So what do you support the guy who killed Charlie Kirk? You're very good. You're very good at listening. You're very good at listening. No, I think I don't. I don't think that just sort of because you have some type of evil ideology, which, like I said, I think Charlie Kirk himself, I think the USAID, gutting and stuff was pretty fucking evil. But that's not that on its own. It's not a big part of Charlie Kirk's ideology. I do think he is pretty isolationist, and you see that in his immigration takes as well, and his, support of tariffs, and, obviously the gutting a USAID, I believe he does support. So I think even if the person killed is evil or whatever, there's still some value in their life insofar as, they just have friends and family and benefit them. And political violence is typically going to have pretty negative sort of knock-on effect. I don't know if knock-on effects is the right word, maybe, but, secondary effects, it is a concern that there's going to be copycat people that are going to try to kill a bunch of other people. That's not good. It's just going to heighten tensions generally. That's not good. Do people think social media does more harm or good to us as a society? I'm thinking more bad. I mean, personally, I don't know how to weigh it, but I can see the argument that it does more bad. Political violence is a net negative for everyone, regardless of your beliefs. Isn't that what I just said? I agree. And also the marginal impact from killing Charlie Kirk is gonna be so low. Charlie Kirk was a big deal or whatever, but he's not irreplaceable in the sense that you're not gonna see the same types of conservative movement, fill the gap. The way I wrote Charlie Kirk, left, right, black, white, gay or Asian or whatever. Wow. God bless you all. We should never condone killing, especially done to silence free speech. Wow. Tell that to his fans who are going to do some shit. What to his fans? It's a marginal benefit from killing him as well. It's like the John people people supporting the idiot who killed Charlie Kirk and saying, "Hey, I don't know if none of my statements should come off as me doing that. I don't support the killing him, to be clear. I don't know what I said to give you that impression, but
with some of the things, we should sell this to more people is way more important these days. Subscriber count is far less an indicator than it ever was.
Well, I'm hoping I can cultivate a loyal viewer base at least.
Yeah.
Someone that.
Anytime someone accuses you of something, just say yeah. This is based. This is real. Oh my God. Hold on. I think my Twitter likes might have fucking gore in them because of the memes or whatever. I mean, I do think the Elizabeth Warren response is good.
Start with the president. Oh, please. Right. Why don't you start with the president of the United States? Right? And every ugly meme he has posted and every ugly word.
Wow.
Oh.
This is real. People are starting to think that just because someone doesn't agree with him, that they support the killing, which isn't the case at all. I mean, people are maybe motivated. It's the right term, actually. I think it is the right term in some cases. People are motivated to see, sort of read into people's positions and say, oh, you clearly support killing him, or at least, your rhetoric is going to have some, substantive effect. Like it says 60K Gazans died of starvation. I think there are better and worse things published in a Lancet, right? I mean, so if you look at the methodology for that or whatever, I don't think it's probably not as good as this or whatever. But there's certainly other there's other estimates as well. From my understanding, there are about 3 estimates that are measuring the effect. I don't know what estimate this one's drawing from. A lot of different things. Do you think that tweet warning about Israel is a little intriguing? What are the odds? No, I think people have a ton of insane, weird Israel conspiracy theories. I I don't know what to tell. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's it's about as odd as every other weird, insane conspiracy shit that I see on Twitter, man. It is pretty funny how mad conservatives get when you don't treat them like children. Real. By the way, I came up with a genius idea. I'll explain it in a second. Hold on, let me... Whoa. I need to buy... I came up with the idea to do like TikTok debate stuff. I'm gonna buy a broken like Galaxy Z Flip because I don't need, because those are like have decent specs, but are still like dirt cheap because they're broken. Like the inside screen of them, because the inside screen is so fragile because it folds. These are actually, I would not get a 7. I would get like a 4 or 5 or maybe a 3. There's a lot of broken 3s. You can get them for dirt cheap. And technically, I don't need the inside screen to work because I control it from my computer. Do you need to flip through? My kid broke his. I mean, local dad. I would not decline the offer. But like they are relatively cheap. Like you can get one on eBay for like $50, dude. I'm pretty sure someone on eBay, by the way, I think someone must have like bought a bunch of like returned flip 3s from Samsung, because like there's just 1 or 2 sellers like selling a fuck ton of broken Z Flip 3s. Night, well, thanks for stopping by, Saucerama. I appreciate it. Why would you want a broken one? Because they're dirt cheap, like I said, and I don't actually need to be able to do the touch the inside screen. I always forget what this stupid bullshit I have installed is, because I can just do it from my fucking computer. Where the fuck is this shit? I don't know what folder I have it in. Have you watched Tucker Carlson interviewing Sam Altman? No. I don't, what did they talk about? I'm kind of surprised that... Well, am I that surprised? Am I that surprised? Is anything surprising anymore? Nothing should be surprising anymore. Oh my god, where did I don't know where I put this shit. Whatever screen copy thing I have. I think if I spell it right. Yeah, okay, here we go. Look. Whoa. I can just control this shit from my PC. And also, the nice thing about the Z Flip is that I wouldn't need a tripod, all right? Ordinarily, I would need like a tripod to hold, my phone up, but the Z Flip, I can just, it has its own fucking inbuilt tripod, okay? Because you can just do this shit, okay? So that's my genius idea. And the specs of it are pretty decent for like, they're not like great. I don't need anything great, but they're better than the like budget phones that you can buy new or even used. Charlie Kirk was a real great man. Oh, he lost a good one. I don't agree he was a great man. Don't agree with that part. Do you use this note-taking website? because like the interface more, the links in Obsidian are annoying to navigate, so I would get it. I use Notion because, yeah, I like it makes more intuitive sense to me. The UI looks better to me. I'm sure I could get used to Obsidian, but it makes less intuitive sense to me. Some of this shit is annoying. This shit is dumb, in my opinion. I don't think it has as good of a search function either. And I'm trying to find an example of this. The way the sort of drop-down menus within pages works in Obsidian is really counterintuitive to me. I don't get it. But I can't find an example of it. So, you know, woohoo. I know it's harder. It like had less, I think Obsidian probably has about the same amount of customization as Notion does, but it was like harder to do. Like it wasn't as intuitive. It required more work to do things like change the fucking text color. But Notion still has all the bullshit you need to do to change the font or whatever and text color from the default options that it has. Can I talk about economics now?
It's kind of irrelevant. It's just, but a billionaire.
We do one economics thing. Hold on. The real meta, by the way.
God, this is I can't.
Is you just do TikTok lives out, whatever the do fucking bullshit.
So you
There is.
so you're making this a left versus
And
right.
Obsidian need community plugins or something.
I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
I do have
like-
plugins for my Notion, but it's like
sometimes people they. Oh, God. Have any response?
I use it for something which I don't know whether or not Obsidian has. I have something called Zotero. Basically, I can download a paper. Let's see. You know, I haven't used this in a while, and I actually kind of have my doubts that it still works. So, because it was kind of finicky before. Ideally, if this still works, I should be able to. Let's just download one of these studies that I don't have. So I don't think I have this one. Okay, so ideally I hit save to Zotero, and not only does it go in here, but ideally in healthcare papers, it should also automatically add it. See, syncing items to Notion, type error, get site protocol. It's not, yeah, okay, so it's broken, but it tried to do it. It tried to do it. Thanks for the 5 bits, Chilla Jazz. I appreciate it. Oh, the fart sound effect. Let's go. It's tried its best. It just failed. I don't know why it failed exactly. But there was a way to do it. Okay, everyone, get fucking baited. Do you think we're talking about Charlie Kirk? Like I said, it takes 5 minutes to say all that needs to be said.
I feel
Less
like
than that.
there are much more pressing concerns about Donald Trump than him being sexist or racist.
That's
like,
true.
You know, being a
This is real.
pedophile or being transphobic.
Get fucking baited. Time for the economics. Dude, let's go. Dude, let's go. I saw Erudite react to this, and it was actually, I probably got to do the not so Erudite Definer.
The more
I was
capital
getting-
that they have, the more access to
I was
people that they
getting
have.
triggered. Love all these morons coming out of the woodwork claiming they know something when they don't. I mean, yeah, that's kind of how Twitter works. That's how. Unfortunately, that is the fucking draw of Twitter. All right. Wait, did someone raid on YouTube? We have 33 viewers. That's not usually. We don't usually get that unless someone raids. But it could just be because YouTube recommends it because it has Charlie Kirk in the title. YouTube needs to update their shit. I was getting triggered at this video. I didn't even watch the whole thing. Oh my god.
I want to work 7 days a week. I'm a workaholic.
I know. Oh my god. Erudite talking about immigration triggers me too. Oh my god. I wonder if I can find the clip of her debating immigration with that dude because I feel like her justification for it is so cringe. There's so many better like justifications for immigration than like, oh, immigrants do actually put downward pressure on wages, but that's good because we don't want infinite upward pressure on wages. Like,
I want to work
dear Lord.
I don't want to go on holiday. I want to create things. I want to borrow millions of pounds, put personal guarantees, put my house on the line. I want to employ lots of people. Other people go, do you know what? I just want to have a nice time and spend time with my family.
But no one wants to be in poverty. And I think also...
No, I'm not talking about
I don't know her old position on things, Mercury.
Risk do get the rewards.
I would ask you, do you think that I have never taken out a £5 million loan because I don't want to?
I can't answer that question because I don't know you enough.
He's just running away from Tilly's poignant and good question.
Entrepreneurial people, business owners, the way they are is so different to most people. They have isms. They are, 35% of self-made millionaires in the UK are dyslexic. Why is that? They find different ways to navigate storms, and therefore they end up, because they're doing that, they risk more, they get rewarded more, and then they create stuff, and then they reinvest it and grow and grow and grow and do more and more, and then they get more and more.
He's not wrong about what he's saying. Obviously, most of the people that become multimillionaires in a capitalist system are going to be innovative, smart, creative, entrepreneurial, hardworking. And I agree with all this.
She at least agrees with that part.
That doesn't mean that they're good, moral people. And increasingly...
But I don't know. I don't know why conversations always get framed this way. It's so crazy to me for some reason every capitalism, socialism bullshit conversation like this eventually it gets framed to like oh, you say capitalism rewards hard work, but single mothers work like super hard and they don't get compensated very well. That's never been the goal of markets. That's not what I guess that you can argue markets aren't intrinsically capitalist either, but like that's never been the goal of private markets. A private market is just you're rewarded based on essentially a number of factors, based on how much bargaining power you have, which is based on essentially what your next best alternative is and how many people are competing for that job, essentially how replaceable you are, and on how much your labor is demanded, how many people want to buy whatever like product you're making, and like usually those work out in efficient markets to so that your compensation roughly equals your marginal revenue product, the revenue, additional revenue that you contribute to the company by working there. Essentially you typically don't get paid like literally 100% of it because companies have extra costs like training you and stuff, and like there are certainly some cases of monopsony where firms probably have some amount of wage setting power and can artificially decrease wages, but I don't think that's particularly common from what I've read. But that like the benefit is not that single mothers or like people who like work hard in sort of a more moral sense of whatever are working hard get compensated. It's that the people who sort of contribute the most value socially, and I like you can make arguments against that as well, kind of, are the ones who benefit get rewards for that. Like it aligns incentives in a really good way to make sure people are doing the jobs in industries that consumers want to consume in. Like that's a good thing. That's what an efficient allocation looks like. Rip Charlie Kirk, legends never die. Well, I got some. There seems to be a contradiction in your statement there.
It's important that people understand there's a finite amount of money in the world, and
also, no, not really. I mean, I kind of understand I understand the point she's making here, but no, we can print. We're a fiat-based system. We can print money if we want to. We do that all the time.
The richest of the rich just always want a bigger slice, and the more tools they have, the more capital that they have, the more access to people that they have, they just try to take a larger and larger slice. That just leaves less of the.
I mean, so she's literally doing, and I don't know how she doesn't see this. because she's literally using a pie analogy. She's literally doing the fixed pie fallacy. Like it isn't true that like if rich people are better off, essentially they have to make poor people like worse off. Like when they take a bigger and bigger slice or whatever, they can take a bigger slice, but if the size of the pie also increases, that can be good for everyone. That can still be positive sum. Like obviously, oh shit, Michael, thanks for this.
Is not true.
Yeah, thanks for the $2 in the liar's paradox. Let's go. But yeah, like it's still positive sum, even if let's say rich people, double their wealth and double the size of the pie, and poor people, middle income people, only 1.25x their size of the pie or their wealth, right? That's still a good thing. That's positive sum. And the benefit of the market system is that generally it's going to lead to these types of positive sum transactions being made.
The pie for everyone else. And everyone's kind of sick of it, even though the pie has gotten bigger over the last 50, 100, 200 years.
There's a difference between sort of a multimillionaire and sort of those who are kind of...
And also, I think the best data inequality shows that like post-tax income inequality has not meaningfully increased in the U.S. over the last 50 years or so. And if you include Social Security in measures of wealth inequality, then you don't see that wealth inequality has gone up either, really. Like you can just look at percent share total income, post-tax income. Like this is hold on. No. I mean, like this is not increasing that much. The top 10% share has gone up. No, hold on. I looked at pre-tax income. I was like, this is not the lines I'm used to. I mean, you can see the top 10% share has gone up a little bit, but like, yeah, they're not nearly as concerning as people would suggest most of the time. I'm gonna get like the top like 1% here too, and it's relatively flat. Certainly since like 2000, it has not really gone up meaningfully. And that's like this data makes various assumptions that I don't even think are necessarily the best either. David Splinter has, oops, that's not the right one. Where's the David Splinter has his paper, obviously, where he looks at, the after-tax share of income by quintiles, and he finds even flatter things. I don't think the real-time inequality, I could be wrong. My understanding is the real-time inequality thing I was just looking at doesn't include some other transfers that David Splinter does, and I think it also includes like health insurance, healthcare premiums as a tax. And David Splinter doesn't do that. There's probably some other differences too. But yeah, this is like the after-tax and transfer income share. It's not meaningfully gone up.
Creating jobs and reinvesting. But a billionaire is like the wealth is so astronomical. It's more.
Thanks again for the $2 in the liar's paradox. This is Michael W. Let's go.
More than any one person can ever spend.
This guy's just replaying that TikTok of the grains of sand from the billionaire over and over and over in his head every single time he talks about this.
I know people that are so wealthy, they've put all of their money, all of their stuff out to work to create more stuff. And they're scrambling around for £1,000 to meet payroll, or they're stressed out how they're going to pay their people, how they're going to pay HMRC. These people take on so much stress that most people just wouldn't do it. Now, I appreciate other people in society have huge amounts of stress as well. I'm just sort of sticking up for those risk capital creators, and you absolutely need them in your economy.
Nobody feels bad for your self-created stress because you have so many people in payrolls and so many investments and so much money going everywhere all the time that you're just gobbling, and you don't know where exactly it's going to come from at a time. Nobody cares.
I appreciate it.
This proposition is not true.
And they're doing the prototypical American dream that they were told was sufficient. They're trying to figure out if their kids have any people going to college. Because they don't know where they're going to get the money from. Nobody cares about rich people's stress about how hard it is to be rich and have lots of businesses. You put yourself there.
Again, I don't understand why capitalists are so bad at framing these arguments too sometimes. I don't get it. I don't get it.
When you
because erudite is like I agree with erudite here. I just don't think these are the things that like matter. Like I don't. That's not the things that matter. Well, to be clear, the fact that I think she's right in saying like we shouldn't care kind of about the stress of anyone because they are wealthy and in reinvesting a lot of their money and they're putting it at risk or whatever. I think she's right there. And I think it does matter whether or not people can afford college and whether or not people can afford homes. Now, I think a big problem with homes is actually government restrictions on homes. I don't know what the big problems with colleges are. That's a complicated issue. Maybe I'll read more on it one day. But I do think that if you look at the actual price paid, not just the sticker price for colleges, it's actually been relatively flat since about 2006. It's actually not been increasing since then because, the amount of essentially financial aid people get has gone up as well, along with the sticker price, which keeps the net price that people actually pay relatively flat since 2006. But I don't this isn't a thing that should kind of matter when deciding whether or not we want a market-based system with private ownership or maybe market-based system with more public ownership and or co-ops and or more centrally planned stuff. This should all be very little weight in that. What's up? Hash Mondays, and welcome back. Habiba Lenin.
Putting us in this position that we don't want to be in.
My concern is that we're in a system of capitalism that works because, as you were saying, people risk and they push and they take they put their money on the line.
Bring people with
yeah,
them.
and it can do. But the issue that I think is the problem is if we have this ever increasing disparity of wealth, then there'll be an ever increasing proportion of people who are disillusioned by the system in place, and that can lead to a kind of decay in society and eventually a civil kind of war. Not to be too dramatic, but if we're having such a disparity of wealth and you're seeing it growing and growing and growing.
Again, I think if you look at wealth inequality data. If you look at, is this a paper or is this? If you include Social Security benefits and wealth inequality, you've not seen that gone up very much. I think this is not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. This has the graph that I like. You can see if you include Social Security, wealth inequality, it's still gone up a little bit, I think, but goes down quite significantly and is a lot more stable. This is the wealth share at the top, 10% and 1%. Not fun. Both the erudite arguments are necessary but not sufficient to be true. Together, however, real.
In economies like America, where you have the uber rich and you're having an ever-increasing proportion of society that are in abject poverty. And if that increases, we'll end up...
That's just not true. You see, since COVID, I think you've seen, depending on what measure of poverty you use, and the different measures of poverty make different assumptions and include different types of income and are, disputable or whatever. But I think, since COVID, for some measures, you've seen kind of an increase. We actually got new poverty data relatively recently. I remember reading the Brookings article about it. Dog, why are you doing this to me, Google? I could just look up the Federal Reserve data, but that's so much work. Okay. God damn it. But you don't see in the US the rate of poverty increasing, at least, not over a longer time period than since post-COVID. And the rates of poverty that you do see increasing a lot, a lot of times people cite the official poverty rate. And that official poverty rate is excluding government benefits. And obviously government benefits are the thing that, gets a lot of people out of poverty in terms of consumption, in terms of how much you're actually able to consume. You could have someone who doesn't work and therefore has almost no, sort of market income, has no market income. And all their income comes from government transfers. And the official poverty metric only includes specific sort of cash transfer programs, specific. I think it includes, for example, the child tax credit in your income level, but it doesn't include things like Medicaid benefits, which enhance your consumption, but not necessarily your income by the metrics that the official poverty is measuring. And the official poverty measure, updates over time sort of what level we define as poverty, or what income level you define as poverty, which makes sense, but
kind of, in a sense, a mass of people going, actually, why are we...
If you want just like an absolute measure of poverty, you should use consumption poverty, basically. And that has gone down quite significantly in the US and, you know, remains pretty low to this day even. I think this stops before anywhere near COVID, but, you know, you can see over the longer run, it's been a pretty steady downward trend.
We are putting effort in. We're working in jobs that cost us. We're nurses or factory owners, and we are not seeing the level of income that we should be seeing.
I'd say if you work hard and you personally develop yourself and upskill yourself, you can have more.
Why not a billionaire?
I mean,
why are you not a billionaire?
like, there's no realistic way for an ordinary person to become a billionaire.
You need to get smarter and put that with work harding.
Why are we doing? Like, I think it's fair to argue again that a market system, not even necessarily a capitalist system, but just a market system. Although if you didn't have private ownership, you would see a different incentives to some extent. But a market-based system does offer, you know, good incentives for, for compensation, essentially, that it makes sure labor essentially goes to its sort of best use on the margin. I guess if you had, there are potential concerns with, like, for example, if you had co-ops, because the capital in that case is socially owned, even with a market, you would still see worker co-ops sort of have a more egalitarian wage schedule. Oh my God, what's up?
Charlie Kirk, smiley face.
I think I put a frowny face. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. I've been owned. That was a nice bunk appearance for 5 seconds. Been a while since I spoke to them. Adam Smith's tomb is famous in foundational works of the theory of moral sentiments and the wealth of nations. What do we know this, for example? Different but interconnected aspects of human nature and society. Sure.
And you can do some great stuff.
Can I just interject and say, I mean, first I look forward to your next $1 billion venture insofar as you can always bet yourself, right?
God is that.
I forget what I was
People
talking
can
about.
always better themselves.
I got distracted.
Absolutely. If they upskill themselves. I think
Oh, the upskill themselves. It was. I think it's fine. Like, it's dumb to argue that, like, people, like, everyone and or sort of any individual person can upskill themselves. There are obviously barriers that anyone should recognize are going to prevent some people from doing that, namely disability, being a child, being elderly, things like that, which are going to prevent you from doing that. There are other general life circumstances that are going to affect those things. And certainly, not everyone can do that necessarily. Now, over the long run, I think, as you just see productivity get better and better, like, you're just going to see more people be educated. You're going to see more people doing higher skill work. That's what you see in, every developed country, essentially. But, like, the argument shouldn't be everyone can do that, or even, like, any individual person can do that. It should just be this sort of offers the best incentive to upskill yourself in the areas where sort of consumers or investors find that upskilling most valuable. And typically, that is going to be aligned with sort of the social interest, and also going to be, more efficient than most centrally planned allocations. I guess you could have a centrally planned allocation that's more efficient if it just replicated the market outcome. But obviously, the issue is the ability of a central planner to replicate the market outcome because of the, sort of local knowledge problem.
You need to get smarter and put that with work harding, and you can do some great stuff.
This is also part of the problem, is that a lot of rich people genuinely think that because they work harder and they're smart and innovative and they've risen to the top,
What's up, Tony? Rip Kirk.
And while they would never say this outright, you can tell that this business owner, he thinks he's doing a moral and kind of better thing by working harder and giving up his vacations and accruing all these things and bettering
What's up, Diablo Mix?
Let's just take
Discuss the people laughing about Charlie Kirk. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Dude was assassinated in front of 5,000 people. The country is fucked. I agree, the country is fucked. I don't, listen, like I said on stream earlier, just in general, I don't think it's always wrong to meme about anyone's death, okay? I think there are funny memes, funny edgy jokes to be made about almost any situation. And on a personal level, it's just hard for me to feel sympathetic to Charlie Kirk because of sort of the evil shit that I think he supports. But, still, obviously political violence is bad, and like that's the actual way more concerning thing, rather than like how we should feel about Charlie Kirk's family, is what the fuck is going on with America right now? Why are people doing this? Why is this becoming more common? How do we fix this? How do we turn down the tensions here? But you know.
Low, maybe tight. Let's say your net worth is £5 million. Elon Musk is almost 100,000 times richer than you. What we're arguing in this debate is not whether or not people should be wealthy. It's whether or not people should have such a degree of skin in the game that someone's like compounding interest alone generates enough wealth for them not only to have such controlling interest in their own company.
You don't have to be sympathetic for Kirk or his ideas to have concern for your people. Yeah, exactly. We fix it by deleting you. What? It's not a threat.
Also in the affairs of democracy. I would say that it puts us in a state of political emergency insofar as that's true.
I think most people can decide. We're lucky in this country and in the Western world. I don't like Elon Musk, or I like Elon Musk.
Also, obviously, the sort of compound interest he's talking about is financing investment. It's financing, depending on where what the money is going from or going to. It's financing either government consumption because they're buying bonds, or private capital investment. Those are good. I lost my viewership over the whole Rose Pixie shit. Dude, I don't even know. I don't know the whole lore there. All I know is that she was at some point in time kind of acting as an intermediary between like Destiny and Pixie or whatever. That's all I know, really. Explain your position that you think it's so hard to feel sympathetic. He will never see his kids grow up. And his wife lost her husband. Because I think, for example, I think I mentioned earlier on stream, like these are Charlie Kirk is like a hardcore nationalist who wants a bunch of fucking deportations. He supports essentially, I don't know if he doesn't support any of the deportations that Trump does. Presumably he supports at least most of them. Maybe there's a few he's condemned or whatever. Obviously, a lot of those deportations, I think, are pretty fucked up. A lot of those deportations are sending people to fucking torture camps where they're not going to be able to see their kids grow up in fucking Sikhat, over, and they didn't really have due process rights. The Supreme Court ruled that many of them sent to Sikhat were not granted sufficient due process rights, or sufficient level of due process, and their rights were violated. I think, obviously, the USAID shit, which, to my knowledge, he supports cutting USAID because he has all those tweets and videos about them funding all the trans woke shit, is going to kill millions of people. There's going to be a lot of children who are going to die because of the USAID cuts. Like, can I call into your show in a second? I mean, exclamation point Discord in the chat if you want to call in here. I do want to finish a little bit of this stuff.
Does it really affect your life day to day?
We use Twitter.
Does that affect you?
I mean, it affects digital
It's affecting US policy, which affects all of us.
I don't know why he's even fighting over this. It's obvious that by owning Twitter that he has an impact on her day-to-day life. It's obvious that by influencing policy, he influences her day-to-day life. Of course, these things matter, because if you've bought a megaphone, and along with it comes strings that you can attach to politicians, democracy...
Proximity is the principle. If we're honest with us, I don't think the proximity thing works, in my opinion. If we're honest with ourselves, we don't break down the countless deaths that happen every day. Kirk was a celeb and people have parasocial care, but don't accept everyone to be in the morning. Expect everyone to be in the morning. I mean, I agree that's like practically what happens. I just think,
in question. In the
it's sort of from my moral framework. That's not...
past, we had issues with money in government because it was large lobby groups like the NRA buying politicians. What if it's one guy? And what if that one guy's kind of crazy? That's a genuine threat to democracy.
Time's up, everybody. Thank you all for your contributions. It is now time for us to vote.
Real.
The influence of billionaires is bound to get worse insofar as we don't address income inequality, and that's something that I'm extremely passionate about. I think during times of political emergency, we should look at who has the most power and who facilitates decision making, and that should always be in the hands of a government. People who are against autocracy should also be against billionaires.
Another way in which the rich affect us every single day is wage stagnation. CEO salaries are going...
Kill me, oh my god. Can we get Erudite on stream? Can we get non-fun v Erudite wage stagnation debate? Jesus fucking Christ, kill me.
And up and corporate profits are going up, and yet the average...
Wow. Oh shit, thanks for the sub, Diablo Mix, I appreciate it. Why did it have 2 alerts there? Really should not be that. We can continue to fight about this, and I appreciate it the whole time, bud. I mean, it's not much of a fight. I think it's, I agree with what you're saying, Michael, insofar as, like, practically, like, really, that's what happens. You're the only crazy liberal I can stand watching? Well, I appreciate it, Diablo Mix. Oh my god, kill me.
Worker's salary is stagnating. That's
True. She's not. Are we gonna at least show a chart or have a source here for any of this shit? Like, it's hard for me to debunk this if we don't even show what source to debunk. Most of the data people cite for this is just bullshit. So, for one, the data on CEO pay is, only typically people are citing data that only looks at the top sort of 350 publicly traded firms. So the very top firms in the U.S., not actually the median CEO. The median CEO gets paid $258,000 a year, right? But come on, Zoom, I'm in your Discord. We'll join the waiting room and I'll let you in when I'm ready. What was I saying? Oh, the median CEO only gets paid $258,000 a year. And also, if you just look at a fixed number of companies, because the number of companies is growing over time, you're kind of looking up, you're kind of moving up the ladder in terms of like, the income, top percentage of incomes, basically. So in 1970, if there were a number, I'm the only one there, you suck. Yeah, people don't, my waiting room is not very active, believe it or not, but okay, incredible. So like in 1970, looking at the top 350 firms might have been looking at the top 1% of firms, right? But today, because there are a larger number of firms, looking at only the top 350 firms might be looking at the 0.1% of top performing firms, right? So you should not be using like a fixed number. You should be using kind of a percentage. You'd be saying like looking at the top 10% of firms, even if you did want to compare, not median to median, but the top firms to the median worker or whatever. But the data people cite for like wage stagnation or whatever is also just raw. Again, she's not actually showing a source here. So typically they're going to do some combination of these things. One, they're going to use CPI. CPI is a deflator. Inflation, deflator. Inflation deflator is an inflation measure that's used to deflate wages typically. It's going to be the highest measure of inflation, generally speaking. It overestimated inflation historically. It just had, it's had multiple methodological changes over time because it overestimated inflation so frequently. And then typically they're also going to be looking at wages and not earnings. So non-wage benefits have increased a lot in recent years, since the 70s or whatever. You see workers' wages might be the same, but they also get more in healthcare benefits today. They also get more in, retirement contributions today. So, we still see overall earnings, overall compensation increasing a lot over time. There's other issues you can make too, depending on, if you're looking at household income, you have to adjust for household size because household size has decreased. So if you're looking at individual income, you don't have to worry about that necessarily. But yeah, I want to hear this position because I brought up Kirk and he deflected. Put me on. Hey, chat, I am finishing this video. I will let you on.
That affects you.
We have a final 15 minutes to try and reach a unanimous decision.
I really like.
Also, that defeats the whole point of tracking wealth distribution if you average in poor CEOs. For me, I don't know what the fuck you mean by that. If we want to compare CEO compensation to the average worker, I think it makes sense to look at the median CEO versus median worker. That's kind of intuitively what a lot of people think that they're doing. Shrimps rule. Shrimp do in fact rule. This is such an odd clip. What can I show that? I don't trust anything right now as to showing it on Twitch.
So you don't believe that Palestine have the right to exist?
No, everyone has a right to exist. Show me where it is. It's a non-existent place.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we're
that's why we're on different planets, right? But what is the national identity of Palestine? Educate me.
Palestinians.
What is that?
Like, what do you mean? What is that?
Yeah, what ethnicity are they?
Arabs.
Okay, so all Arabs are Palestinians?
No, but they are Arabs. What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say because at what point does somebody become a Palestinian?
When he was born in Palestine, or with his parents are Palestinians?
Again, this is why we're talking past each other.
What you trying to say?
I don't think the place exists.
What?
Because it doesn't. It's called Judea and Samaria. It's not.
Whoa! It's called Judea and Samaria. Let's go. Truly incredible. Have you considered Palestinians? It's actually called Judea and Samaria. Okay, incredible. Kill me, dog.
the style that they're doing here, but I think one thing that would be way more interesting is if they establish lines of futility early on so that each person had a line at which they had to be convinced, because the reality is that nobody's going to change their mind on this panel.
And to pick up where we left off, Tilly, I was going to ask you for an example of Elon Musk posting something.
Not for will not as high
misogynistic
in the standards as I am, has not celebrated this. I have not celebrated it.
On X.
The U.S. is cooked. Unfortunately, seems like that. Seems like we're moving that direction. What's up, maybe Jack
I think there's maybe two
Daniels?
components.
Thanks for
The first
following.
one is
Welcome
actually,
to the stream.
and this is not, I will answer the second, like the main claim that you're trying to push, right? Which
No,
is
I'm
to give
asking
an
for an
example.
example.
But before I do
Evidence.
that, I'll say that I actually don't need to give an example to prove the point, which is that someone who has such a controlling interest in a social media company, and also they're
Sorry, hold on. I got distracted. What was the example he wanted?
I was going to ask you for an example of Elon Musk posting something misogynistic.
Oh, okay, I don't care.
in a social media company, and also they actually operate the Elon Musk help women who make babies.
Cause of all of the problems. The great replacement theory and the white.
Okay, wow, incredible. I wish, wish we at least cited data I could debunk, but didn't even get that far. Cato has this article, which I think you can point out some reasonable issues with or whatever. The U.S. median household income has risen more than you think, and they go over like some of the things I just mentioned, which is common to what people look at essentially. By the way, it should be noted, even if you use if you do the methodology, I think it's flawed. When I just explained all the reasons why, and you just divide wages, hourly wages, by CPI, wages are still higher than they ever have been. Now, in fairness, they've stagnated in the sense that they were at like $30 essentially in 1972, and they're basically slightly higher now, because they apparently declined for a number of years here. I think this is way overstated, like I explained. But even using this, you still get wages being higher than they ever have been. Anyway, I guess that's what guy wants to chat. I wasn't planning on streaming that long tonight, but oh boy. You need to divide wages over one of those Austrian inflation indexes. This is true. Hey, hold on. You can make an argument, though, technically, that we should you should use to measure the inflation inequality measure that what's the dude's name who came up with it? There is an argument to be made that like the lower quintiles experience inflation kind of worse than high quintiles. Okay, we'll see what this dude does. This will be interesting. What's up, man? Wait, what do you want me to prove? If you're talking, I can't. Oh, hello. What's up?
Yeah, am I on?
Yeah. You're a little quiet, but yeah, you're on.
No, it's a new headset. So why are you so happy about the whole Charlie Kirk situation?
I'm not happy. I'm very upset. Like I said, I think this shows America's moving in a not good direction. I like democracy. I like the fact that democracy usually lets people settle disagreements outside of violence. I don't like that violence is becoming more common.
Your whole face as you're sitting here is you're smiling while you're saying this horseshit. Just like the fucking media does. Yeah, just like the media does. Oh, we condemn this, but we've been saying it for fucking years, whether it's Nancy Pelosi or the fucking, what's her name, in Texas. I don't know. It's nonstop with you guys. Nonstop.
Mm-hmm. You guys.
Get up in their face. You got to get up in their face, and you need to act violent. And now this is the shit that's happening.
True. We don't even know why this dude shot him yet exactly. It wouldn't surprise me if he was left wing, certainly. But I don't know what to tell you. I'm not celebrating it. I just explained the reasons why I'm not happy. I don't think that most of the sort of heated rhetoric comes from the left. Generally speaking, I think like you immediately saw every Democratic politician like fucking beg for forgiveness, even though we don't even necessarily know for sure the motivations of this shooter yet. Elizabeth Warren was the only one who said like, oh, the Republicans are the bigger issue here, but every other Democrat, like, and I don't disagree with Elizabeth Warren there, but even she wasn't celebrating it. She was not remotely close to celebrating it. She just said there were.
You had MSNBC saying that it was a Trump supporter firing off a gun in celebration because he was fucking happy. I'm sure you literally.
I almost guarantee like that's probably some bullshit from Twitter or whatever. I kind of doubt MSNBC said that okay, but you know.
No,
whatever.
they literally did. I forget. It's fucking.
Wait, one guy, according to the chat, one guy in MSNBC who got fired. If I look this up, is that going to be true?
Yeah, because he said some retarded fucking bullshit like the shit that you're fucking spouting.
I mean, I don't think the shit I was spouting was at all bullshit, but okay.
People that think like,
certainly it was nowhere near.
Dude, you're sitting here smiling. You're smiling and giggling about a man's murder. He was a father.
True. I'm literally not doing that. I don't know why you think I'm doing that.
You're literally doing it right now as you're talking to me. You haven't.
Do you think just because I'm smiling because one, true. I explain it. I don't have like much personal sympathy for Charlie Kirk himself, but I am very upset that like seems to be the direction our country is moving in. And I hate it. I don't like it.
How did we end up here? Because of the violent right? There has not been any violence from the fucking right.
That's obviously not true. I mean, there were Minnesota lawmakers killed. January 6th was obviously a violent riot from the right.
January 6th, the police opened up the fucking
Do you acknowledge that the first people who broke into the Capitol on January 6th were the Proud Boys with riot shields?
Do you know how the Proud Boys started? Do you even know the fucking
Wait, hold on. Can I get an answer to my question, please? Hello?
Sure, go ahead. What was it?
Do we acknowledge that first people who broke in were using riot shields to break a window?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay. You didn't know that before? You thought the cops just let people in because they were nice or something? This is what
the cops did let people in. They moved the
Hold
fucking
on. Again, okay. So you acknowledge the first people who got into the Capitol were violently breaking in, right? And they were coordinating the violent entry into the Capitol.
No, they moved the fucking barricades.
Wait, you just acknowledged that. Hold on, you just acknowledged that though. Did you change your mind already?
No, I didn't change my mind.
Well, you said earlier. You just, said 5 seconds ago. Yeah, sure, I acknowledge that. And now it seems like we're not acknowledging that.
No, I'll acknowledge that people went into the fucking Capitol, but they moved the fucking barricades out of the way and said, "Get the fuck inside, let's go."
So, do we acknowledge the first people who broke into the Capitol building itself? Let's forget about we'll talk about the barricades in a second. We acknowledge those people broke in with a riot shield.
Dude, there's no. Play a video on your fucking stupid ass stream about people with riot shields. Show it.
Sure,
show
can just look. We can do it right now.
Put it on. Let's
sure.
go. Come on.
Do you think this video doesn't exist? Do you think I'm not gonna be able to Jan 6 breaking window with a riot shield? Toronto reporters seen breaking window, breaching Capitol Hill. These were the first people who entered the Capitol. These were the.
You see where they are?
Yeah, they're at the Capitol building.
How did they get there?
By storming through the barricades and breaking the line of the Capitol Police or whatever. But hold on, wait, just real quick, real quick. Hold on, wait. Before we move on, yeah, this is relevant because this is a case of violence from the right. It is because you said there was no violence from the right. But if you want to talk about other things, I mean, there's the Club Q shooting, right? Was also someone from the right.
There's a ton of fucking blood pouring out of people's necks from fucking January 6th, you fucking retard.
Do you think January 6th wasn't violent?
The only violence was against Ashley Babbitt.
What's your definition of violent?
Are you fucking retarded? What's your definition of violent, you fucking idiot? What about the fucking summer of love and they're burning down cities?
Why are you pivoting to BLM now? My definition of violence would not have to include any...
Why the fuck would you pivot to January 6th?
You said there was no violence from the right, and I mentioned, I think, 3 cases of violence from the right. The Club Q shooting, January 6th, and the Minnesota lawmaker stuff. That was not a pivot. That was a direct response to your claim. Also, hold on. We do acknowledge. Hold on.
I'm talking about Charlie fucking Kirk. And you're sitting here smiling
And you said,
like a fucking
yeah, that's true, buddy.
retard. And you're sitting here smiling like a
Wait,
fucking
why do you
retard.
keep jumping all over the place? Hold on, can we just like focus on one thing at a time
No,
here?
I started with Charlie Kirk. That was the point, you fucking idiot.
I understand, but you made a very specific claim, and now it seems like you very much don't want to address the specific claim that you made.
You can't, dude. It was about Charlie Kirk.
I think you're the retarded one.
And now you're trying to jump to January 6th.
You were okay. Hold on. Do you acknowledge that you said that there aren't any cases of violence from the right?
Holy fuck! I think you might have brain damage. I really do. I think you might have fucking brain damage.
Wait, do you acknowledge you said that? Can I get an answer to my question? Do you acknowledge that you made a claim about there being no violence?
Everybody does violence, regardless if it's left, right, white, black, Asian, Mexican. I don't give a flying fuck.
That's great.
Who
Okay,
does the
we've changed our.
violence?
That's great.
Happens.
We've changed our position. There has been plenty of cases of violence from the right wing, but okay.
There. Oh, holy fuck! The mind of the left is mind-boggling. How fucking stupid you fucks are.
True.
You are literally retarded people.
That's true.
You're fucking dumb. You're dumber than a fucking rock on the ground.
Okay.
All you do is jump around. Dude, go back to you just giggling and smiling and being happy that a conservative got shot on a fucking cop.
I literally never did that. I told you very specifically why I was upset that this happened.
You're not upset.
I am. I don't like that our country is moving in this direction at all. Like, again, I think a big benefit of democracy is that it lets people resolve issues, not through violence. I don't even like people make fun of Charlie Kirk going to colleges or whatever to debate people sort of, to debate like college kids who are dumb or whatever. But, I like that American universities host a lot of these challenges or whatever where ideas for these things are challenged. But now people are going to cancel a fuck ton of these events in the future because they don't want to get, they don't want to get shot. I don't like that. I mean, obviously there's an issue because I'm on the left. I don't like that the Unfuck America tour is just entirely fucked now because of the shooter who shot Charlie Kirk. Like, all these things are like substantially bad things. I don't like political violence generally. I think that copycat killers are not unlikely, and I'm certainly not going to like any of those. Like,
you don't like political violence generally.
Yeah, believe it or not.
So then you're okay with it sometimes. Generally, but if it's justified, sure.
I don't think there's any case in America today where political violence is justified.
Then stick to that fact and condemn these motherfuckers who are doing this shit and stop spewing.
Wait, do you want me to condemn what? Do you want me to condemn the Charlie Kirk shooter? I condemn whoever shot Charlie Kirk. There you go. Woohoo. We did it. This is the most irrelevant thing ever. Yes.
It's irrelevant?
I don't think it's irrelevant to the conversation we're having. But
wow, Jesus. It's the whole conversation I called about was about Charlie Kirk. And then you say it's irrelevant?
Okay. The joke there is, I obviously at no point.
A man with two kids and a wife and a family is dead.
That's great. That's crazy.
You are
so
fucking,
at no point.
You guys are so fucking retarded. I
at no point.
Insane.
So I at no point celebrated this or whatever, or did anything that could be that should be taken as not condemning it. So it's very silly for you, in my opinion, to come up and ask and just say, "Oh my God, I need you to condemn this. I need you to condemn. You say you don't like political violence. Please condemn this. Please condemn this." Like it's just very silly to do that, in my opinion.
Oh, my Jesus Christ, dude! I can't believe people. And you have the right to vote. That's the fucking scariest thing.
Rode in Joe Biden, actually.
Holy fuck! You are weapons grade retarded. You are fucking stupid.
Is is that all you?
It's hard. It blows my mind. People like you exist. It honestly just does.
Okay. Do we think that any of the rhetoric Trump has done over these years has been dangerous with regards to, for example, the lies that the 2020 election was stolen? For example, not just Trump himself, but the conservative media apparatus in general making.
Now we're just going to pivot to Trump, and because you have no leg to stand on that Charlie Kirk was fucking assassinated. Now you just want to go, Trump, orange man, bad.
I'm asking. So the route that we're going to get here to, right, is I think a lot of the polarization today comes from the right, and I would also hope that the right acknowledges that that is the case, and that they need to take a lot of steps.
The right? Dude, 99% of the media is left wing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Democrat fucking propaganda arm.
True.
Oh, thank you. You said true. Thank you. Wow. Fuck.
Wow.
He admits it.
Uh-huh. So can I get like an answer to my? But do you think it was harmful that Trump, or do you think it was harmful when Charlie Kirk like made fun of the Paul Pelosi hammer attack, for example? Do you think like that's harmful rhetoric at all? Do we think that is like polarizing and dumb and silly?
Did he die in 4K HD with everybody fucking seeing it?
I don't see how that's an answer to my question at all.
No, he didn't die.
Okay, so can I get an answer to my question?
I don't think anybody should be attacked in their own home.
Okay, so can you repeat the question I asked back to me?
Yeah. Do I think Paul Pelosi should have been attacked in his home with a hammer? No.
No, that was not my question. My question is, do you think it was an example of like harmful rhetoric when Charlie Kirk was making fun of the Paul Pelosi hammer attack?
Oh my God, you're fucking retarded, dude. You really are. You have mental fucking problems.
Mm-hmm.
How are you trying to tie this to that?
So you're coming in here yelling at me for not for. So you're coming in here yelling at me for like not condemning something hard enough, and even though I have condemned the shooter, right? I never did not condemn the shooter. I explained to you pretty clearly why I don't like that the shooting happened. I think it's a horrible thing for America. But at the same time, you are condemning me for that when you don't seem to condemn Charlie Kirk for any of the harmful rhetoric he has, Donald Trump for any of the harmful rhetoric he has. You don't acknowledge that there's been cases of violence on the right, like in January 6th, like Club Q, like the shooting and stuff like that, like I mentioned before. Like that's the big issue that we're.
What is Club Q?
Club Q. There was some conservative, like far right dude who shot up like a gay nightclub in I think Florida.
Oh, the one in Orlando.
I think so. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, Colorado. No, it was in Colorado.
Yeah, that was just a deranged. I think he was a tranny.
The person who shot up the gay bar in Club Q was a tranny. That's your position?
Yeah, if you're going to Wikipedia, by the way, they already pulled down all kinds of shit about other political facts. So.
Do we think Wikipedia would be able to hide that the person who did it was transgender? What? They literally say here, I think this person was transgender.
Regardless,
so it doesn't seem like Wikipedia was hiding it.
Whether it is or not, it's fucking bad. It's fucking bad. Knock it the fuck off.
Uh-huh. I mean, this was a pretty right-wing person, it seems like, though, but regardless.
I could stream my screen and show you stuff that refutes yours.
What claim did I make that you're going to try to refute now?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay, incredible. So can I get like
I could pull up any fucking art. I could go online.
Can I get like clear answers to my questions?
What is your
like,
question? What
do you
question?
acknowledge that any of the stuff I just said was harmful rhetoric, like Charlie Kirk making fun of the Paul Pelosi hammer attack, like Donald Trump lying about the 2020 election.
You are fucking so stupid.
You're just not going to answer my question ever?
Dude, I'm pretty sure Trump said that the attack on Paul Pelosi was horrible. And
can you repeat the question I asked back to you, back to me again? Can you just do that?
You keep trying to bring up January 6th for some fucking reason. And
what the fuck? Yeah, you're not going to. Okay, so the question I asked, I gave you 2 examples: Donald Trump lying about the 2020 election, and Charlie Kirk making fun of the hammer attack on Paul Pelosi. Do you think either of those, or both of those, were examples of like harmful rhetoric on their side that you would condemn in the same way you want to condemn me for things I'm not even doing?
Dude, all right. Yeah, I don't care that Charlie Kirk made fun of somebody. He got caught.
Okay, so why do you care if I make fun of Charlie Kirk? Which I don't even think I don't think I've made fun of it that much.
So first off, if my friend who I thought was straight, I went over to his house and I'm like, what the fuck happened here? And I walked in on him getting a blowjob from a dude, I'd be like, holy shit, I'd make fun of him till the day I died. I would.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'd be like, you're a fucking faggot, dude. You that dude's sucking
Can't
on
say that
your
word on
butt.
Twitch.
But I would still be his friend. I'm not gonna attack him and murder him. I'm just be like, dude, I thought you were straight.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me you were gay?
Are you ever gonna get to answer my questions? If you think it's perfectly okay to make fun of the hammer attack, that's not that's not harmful rhetoric. Okay, why is it? I don't even know, by the way, if Charlie Kirk even condemned the Paul Pelosi hammer attack. Maybe there's a clip of him out there doing it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I don't know either, because you didn't mention anything about condemning anything. You just said, "Is it harmful rhetoric?"
What do you mean? I said, do you think the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk had around the Paul Pelosi hammer attack was harmful rhetoric in the same way that you seem to think whatever I'm doing with Charlie Kirk is bad or harmful or whatever?
Because you're sitting here smiling with your little fucking fleshlight furry.
Charlie Kirk was sitting there smiling when Paul Pelosi got his fucking head bashed in with a hammer.
He didn't get his head bashed in. He had a cut on his head. It's a lot different from having a cut on your head than getting a fucking horrific cotton 4K bullet to the fucking neck, dude.
No, why do you never engage meaningfully with anything I say, and you just pivot to like random, like not relevant things?
I'm responding to
Charlie
what you're saying.
Kirk.
I'm responding to what you're saying.
Okay.
You bounce around more than a fucking Zoomer on fucking Adderall.
You've been the one. I am a Zoomer on Adderall. Thank you very much. But
dude,
Adderall
I can
makes
tell.
Adderall makes you bounce around less, but all right. It like, can I just get an answer to my questions, please? Do we think like, okay, why do you think whatever I'm doing with Charlie Kirk, whatever you think I'm doing with Charlie Kirk, why do we think that's bad? Why do we think that's horrible or whatever?
Because he was a father, he was a husband.
Pretty sure Paul Pelosi's a father and a husband.
Paul Pelosi's not dead, you fucking degenerate.
So the being dead thing is a thing that matters there? That's all that matters? If Charlie Kirk didn't die, would it be okay to make fun of him or do whatever I'm doing?
I don't even know how to respond to you. I don't.
Okay.
You make no sense. That would explain why you have 15 people watching.
Wow.
Because you're fucking retarded.
Yep. So am I
You are
gonna
a literal fucking retard.
get any answer to my question at any point ever?
And what question about Paul Pelosi getting hit on the head with a fucking hammer and versus a guy getting his neck blown out?
Okay. Yeah, so then the hypothetical I posed to you, okay, was if Charlie Kirk just didn't die from this, would it be okay to? I'm not exactly clear what you think I'm doing with regards to Charlie Kirk. I've condemned the shooter. I don't know exactly what you think I'm doing wrong, but do whatever I'm doing wrong.
Condemning it. Keep condemning it. Stop fucking trying to whitewash it and be like, oh well, he said this in the past.
I'm not trying to whitewash it.
Past.
No. You're totally confused. No, you're not. I don't think you're
right now.
I don't think you're capable.
Right now.
Well, I don't know where you're putting that. I'm perfectly. So the reason I brought up the Paul Pelosi stuff at all was not because I'm trying to whitewash the Charlie Kirk thing. What I'm trying to do is point out that you are coming to me being super fucking upset that I'm doing something wrong with regards to Charlie Kirk, when you don't seem to care at all about any of the equivalently bad stuff that happens on the right, and worse stuff that happens on the right, because I'm at least willing to condemn all this shit, and I explained to you very clearly why I think all this shit is bad, but you don't do that. You don't do that. Charlie Kirk didn't do that. There's a lot of other people who didn't do that when it came to Paul Pelosi.
Nobody wants to see it. And Paul, Jesus fucking Christ, Paul Pelosi, holy fucking shit. Shut.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Or that we can use the Minnesota lawmakers if you want. Is it how? I mean, they're definitely.
A scratch on his head, and you keep bringing this scratch on the head up.
Okay. If Charlie Kirk just got, if Charlie Kirk, yeah, that's great. If Charlie Kirk just got a scratch on the head, would it be okay to do whatever you think I'm doing with Charlie Kirk here? That's the symmetry breaker.
Symmetry breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, if a guy was trying to suck Charlie Kirk's cock, and then Charlie Kirk scratched him with his fingernail on the top of his head, yeah, I'd be like, yes, go ahead.
I don't know where we got any of that stuff from, but all right, okay. Incredible. Do you have anything else? What are you so upset about again? What are we doing here? Do you just come into yell at me, not acknowledge?
I honestly think you're a fucking piece of shit. That's it.
I'm a piece of shit for what exactly?
You're sitting here smiling about a man who was a father and a husband, a brother, an uncle, and you're fucking smiling about it with your big fucking zitty nose.
Wow.
And your stupid fucking fleshlight covered fucking whatever the fuck that is in your corner over there. Is that your furry costume?
Oh, the shrimp?
You use to go out on the fucking weekends dressed up.
Yeah,
like
ever heard about the shrimp? You ever heard about the Shrimp Welfare Project?
Yeah, you fucking weirdo.
You ever heard about the Shrimp Welfare Project? I'm gonna Shrimp Welfare tell you. That's a shrimp costume. I have it because I did a charity stream for the Shrimp Welfare Project. It's this highly effective charity. Essentially, the way most shrimp are killed now, they're left out, they're sort of buried alive in ice and left to suffocate over the course of 20 minutes, suffocate and freeze to death over the course of 20 minutes, very prolonged, stressful, painful way for them to die. But we have these electrical stunning machines that we can use to immediately and painlessly kill shrimp. And what the Shrimp Welfare Project does is provide these stunning machines to farmers to stun shrimp before they're put on a bed of ice, so the shrimp die, immediate and painless deaths. And just a single dollar can prevent about 1,500 shrimp from experiencing a very painful death.
There's no way that's real. Dude, okay, all right. I might subscribe because now I think you're just a troll.
You think I'm a troll for the Shrimp Welfare Project? I love the Shrimp Welfare Project. I raised over $500 for them.
Oh, fucking God. All right. Well, I got a fucking, I got a project too. It's the Help Me Wipe My Ass project. Because
I think that thing has a much lower expected value than saving shrimp.
And sometimes it just feels like I continue to wipe for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I think you need to donate $500 to me so I can do some good research.
Yeah, I think that has a much lower expected value. So like I said, the dollar donated to the Shrimp Welfare Project helps about 15,000 shrimp in total, because it's 1,500 shrimp a year for about 10 years. And, all the best evidence we have.
Okay, you're a troll. Okay, yeah. This is now this.
Wait, why do you think I'm a troll?
1,500 shrimp.
Yeah, it helps 1,500 shrimp a year for about 10 years.
I get 1,500 shrimp in one cast net throw.
Okay. That's relevant how?
my God. And I put them right on ice, and then I go home and eat them.
I think this is a very painful, stressful way for them to die. I'd prefer them to be electrically stunned before they're put out on ice.
We're not allowed to use electricity. It's against the law. They won't allow us to do it.
Shrimp farmers are definitely allowed to use the electrical stunning machines that the Shrimp Welfare Project provides. But all right.
Oh man, holy shit! You are not only are you retarded, you're fucking stupid.
I mean, you're not engaged with any of my arguments ever. All you constantly do is like pivot, and then when I ask you questions, you don't. Apparently, you're not capable of listening to the questions I ask because I asked you to repeat. I asked you to repeat the questions. Well, I mean, I asked you to repeat the questions before, and like you just gave me a completely distorted version of the questions I asked.
Charlie Kirk making fun of Paul Pelosi. Well, Paul Pelosi, he got a fucking scratch on his head. That's not, you don't get to fucking blow a dude's neck out and murder him in live.
Do you think that's what I'm arguing? What do you think my argument is exactly?
You're clearly not upset about it, and that's the problem that we have with you fucking liberal idiots.
What I explained, I am upset about it. What do you mean? I don't know.
You're not.
I don't know how to prove to you how can I prove to you I'm upset about it other than like telling you that I'm upset about it?
I was sitting here watching your stream. I was sitting here watching your stream with your 11 viewers now. Holy shit, you've lost 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably.
Wait. You just went to 12. Hold on. You just went to 12.
What are you watching? Are you watching on Twitch or YouTube? Or Kick?
Oh, you do it. Oh man, you're 3-weighing
or Twitter.
it? You dirty.
I'm like 8-weighing it. I'm like 8-weighing it, bro. I got 8 outputs.
Holy moly. You dirty girl.
Okay.
I don't know what your question, what your stupid question is. I have no idea.
So my question was, because you just gave me a horribly distorted version of the argument I was making, was what do you think my argument is? Because my argument was never at any point in time anywhere close to because Paul Pelosi got made fun of after he got a scratch on his head or whatever. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure I could be misremembering. I'm pretty sure Paul Pelosi was hospitalized for that attack. Like he is a pretty old man, so hitting him with a hammer. Didn't he fall down the stairs after he got hit with the hammer or whatever? Like it was. I'm pretty sure it was more than a scratch on his head. But regardless. My argument has never been that because Charlie Kirk made fun of that, it's okay to do any of this type of political violence. And it seems like you are fundamentally misunderstanding my argument. So do you know what my argument is? I'm pretty sure I've said it like 4 times by now. Okay.
No, you're all over the
my
place.
argument.
It started with
I'm not all over the place.
It started with Charlie Kirk, which is why I fucking called in, by the way. And then you jump to January 6th, and then you jump to
wait. You're skipping. Okay, to be clear, wait. To be clear, you said that there were no examples of violence from the right, and I gave you some examples of violence from the right.
I didn't say there were no. Here recently, it's all from the left. All of it.
I don't think that's true because I'm pretty sure the shootings in Minnesota lawmakers were from someone who was right-leaning. Oh, this wasn't recent either, but the kidnapping plot too for Gretchen Whitmer, that shit. That was crazy too, but okay.
Yeah, do you know where that's going? Those guys are about to get if they haven't already been pardoned, they're gonna get a pardon.
Yeah, I think when Trump gives corrupt pardons, that's just kind of that's kind of something bad about him that doesn't prove that these people are actually innocent or anything. In fact, you can make the argument that accepting a pardon is probably an admission of guilt, but
accepting a pardon. Of guilt.
Put me on. I mean, exclamation Discord in the chat. You can join the Discord server. I don't know who you are, what you want to talk about exactly. Repeat that, sorry, or you cut out.
Accepting a pardon is an admission of guilt.
Yeah, there are legal scholars who make that argument.
There's legal scholars that think fucking men can be women.
Wow.
That doesn't make it right.
True.
You look like you're about.
Wait, just to be clear, I don't have a strong opinion on that, by the way, because I'm not a legal guy. I don't research the law very often. I talk mostly about economics in my stream, I guess. But like I don't think it's a entirely unreasonable argument. My claim was simply that them accepting a pardon in no way proves that they're innocent or that there isn't violence coming from the right or whatever. My claim was simply that like this is like a pretty corrupt pardon, just like all the pardons for January 6th were. Like I think that's something bad about Trump.
So you mentioned earlier about all the illegal aliens in the country and not getting due process, and you're upset.
I guess we're talking about that now, but okay.
Oh, well, I'm going to tie it back in. You're upset he's
But also, by the way, I just want to be clear, like, Pelosi underwent surgery to treat a skull fracture. Like, this is not like a scratch on the head. This is a skull fracture that he had to undergo surgery for.
Holy moly.
Wow,
goodness gracious. Did his neck get blown out?
Do you acknowledge that you said that Paul Pelosi had just a scratch on his head?
And by the way, what F word do you think was going over there? Do you think that was a right-wing Trump supporter over at Paul Pelosi's house?
Wait, why are we? You're jumping around a ton now. Okay, so do we acknowledge? I no, because you're jumping around to an entirely different claim. We can get there eventually, but hold on. I said, to be clear, I'm not scatterbrained at all. I'm trying to say on one specific point. I said that Paul Pelosi had his head bashed in with a hammer, okay? You said that was an inaccurate characterization. I think that's a much more accurate characterization than he had a scratch on his head, considering he had to have a surgery to treat a skull fracture.
All right. Paul Pelosi got his head bashed in. He almost died. He was in the ICU, and the doctors miraculously brought him back to life. God, thank you, Jesus. He's back. Now, let's go to due process, like you want to do with the illegal aliens. All right, every single illegal alien. And then you want to go to you want to bring up January 6th. They threw people in jail for January 6th that literally were just walking on the premise.
Just on the premise.
They didn't do anything violent.
They were
trespassing. They didn't give them lawyers. They fucking locked them up.
You have a right to a court-appointed lawyer. They all had the right to that court-appointed lawyer if they couldn't afford one. That's just not true. I don't.
Okay, well, your feelings are wrong.
We're gonna look this up, and just like everything else, like I'm gonna be right again. But okay, like what should I?
Left-wing media fucking bullshit website.
True. Yep. I'll go to Conservativepedia. Then I'm sure that'll have the right answer there or whatever.
All right, look it up here. You know what? I'm gonna start doing my own research on my side.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want me to look at? Like January 6th, like court appointed lawyers not given. Like I don't know. You can refuse it if you want to. I think, but I don't know. I don't know what you mean. There were some that acted as their own attorney, but you have the right to a public defender if you want one. The fucking allow whatever. Keep saying you want it. It's not the Discord link. If you really want it, I don't know who you are or what the fuck you want to talk about, but put me on. If you're in, join the. I have no clue if you're even in the Discord server or who
unfortunately,
you are.
I'm not a streamer, but I'm on my website that I'm researching my stuff on because I'll go to the one that I like. Nobody would represent them.
Okay,
in DC.
So it could be the case that no private lawyer would represent them, but you do have a right to a public defender regardless.
There were no public. They weren't available, according to my research.
I mean, you can link me whatever you're reading or whatever. Like it could be the case or whatever. I still think that's a very meaningful. The fact that like the resources of public defenders are constrained and therefore some had to act as their own representative or whatever is very different to me than Trump putting illegal immigrants onto planes before the proclamation of the Alien Enemies Act was even made public, and then deporting these people, and to which the Supreme Court later ruled, Trump did not give them enough to essentially any reasonable means to challenge their deportations. And in the future, he had to give people the actual ability to claim habeas. And then, a few months later, by the way, the Supreme Court ruled, hey, actually, that order we gave where we told you, like, you actually have to give these immigrants due process, you didn't actually really follow through on that. And there were a lot of cases of immigrants given, like, less than 24 hours to file habeas claims and weren't able to contact their lawyers. And the Supreme Court ruled, essentially, Trump had failed in his obligation to provide these people the right to habeas.
The Supreme Court ruled in the complete opposite. You're fucking brainwashed and stupid.
Do you? I mean, I can read the rulings to you if you want. Wait.
Okay.
I can. Do you want to go? Do we want to go through the rulings? Wait. What you just said was just not true. Do you want to go through the rulings? Do you want? No. We're gonna go. We're gonna go through the rulings. If you want to go through the rulings.
When you come into this country illegally.
Wait, why are we pivoting to that's totally irrelevant to what we're talking about right now.
You're in here illegally.
Yeah, that is pivoting because the claim you just made was that the Supreme Court ruled in the complete opposite direction. Do we want to go through the rulings here and see if that's true?
Sure, dummy. Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Go. I'll prove you fucking wrong in real time. I don't give a flying fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. How much time do you have?
I gotta get to bed eventually, but
yeah. Keep
trying
looking.
to find
Control F, and
Control
look
F
for the word.
because I'm trying to find. Here it is. Okay, there's a quote from the ruling. Challenges to the removal under the AEA, a statute which largely precludes judicial review, must be brought in habeas, and held that an individual subject to detention and removal under that statute is entitled to judicial review as to questions of interpretation and constitutionality of the act, as well as to whether he or she is in fact an alien enemy is 14 years of age or more. More specifically, they ordered the AEA that, quote, the AEA detainees must receive notice after the date of this order that they are subject to removal under the act. The notice must be afforded within a reasonable time and in such a manner as will allow them to actually seek habeas relief in the proper venues before such removal occurs.
And they never show up to court. That's what you don't understand.
Now you're being retarded. You don't understand what notice we're talking about. I'm talking about the notice, not the notice for asylum hearings. I'm talking about the notice
here
for
illegally. They've been told.
Why are you?
Come
what the fuck are we talking about? That doesn't illegal immigrants still have like some right to due process, even under the Alien Enemies Act, by the way. And the Supreme Court ruled the aliens deported under the Alien Enemies Act in this case were not afforded a proper level of due process. And in the future, Trump had to notify people of the act that they were being deported under. And it's funny, by the way, that you first of all, you don't know what notice I'm talking about. You think I'm talking about the asylum process and the notice to appear at a hearing, when in fact I'm talking about the notice under as to which. Wait, let me finish my fucking sentence. I'm talking about the notice under which act you're being deported under. But it's funny. No. It's funny that you mentioned that because the immigrant that's like the head plaintiff in this case, by the way, JGG, was deported when he showed up for his asylum hearing. He showed up for his asylum hearing and ICE detained him and sent him to a okay, wait, retard, absolute retard. What this is someone you have a right to claim asylum in the U.S. You can have an issue with that, but you had a right to claim asylum. This dude showed up to his asylum hearing and they detained him based on tattoos he had that was later determined actually didn't make him trend to Agra. They detained him based on tattoos he had and kept him in a holding cell. And then at 2 a.m., woke him up, gave him documents only to read in English.
The pedophile, the Maryland father, the pedophile.
What are we? What the fuck are we on about? No. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the Maryland. I'm not talking about Abrego Garcia. Although I do think Abrego Garcia's rights were violated as well. But I'm not talking about Abrego Garcia right now. I'm talking about a similar group of deportees that were.
Come on now, you're still loose. Come on now.
The administration itself said that they mistakenly deported him.
They didn't mistakenly.
So if I pull up the. So if I pull up the. Are you saying Trump purposefully broke the law? Because that's even worse. But
Trump didn't do it. The Homan and Noam did.
Well, the Trump administration. Wait. If I pull up the court documents where they say that Abrego Garcia was mistakenly deported, are you going to acknowledge that you were wrong on that?
Yeah, I know the court said that. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Wait, not the court said that. The Trump administration said that.
Yeah, and they follow what the court says.
No, this was a. Okay. You claim that the Trump administration did not mistakenly deport him.
We're going to follow the rules. We're going to do whatever the court say. He said that.
Hold on.
He said it live.
Hold on. That's first of all. I don't think. Right. Well, I mean, it's saying it does not mean you're gonna do. Trump says a lot of things that are untrue, and I think it isn't true that Trump has tried to, in good faith, obey all the court orders he's been given. But regardless, that's not relevant to the actual claim here. You're pivoting again because what you said is that Abrego Garcia was not mistakenly deported when the Trump administration in court filings said that he was mistakenly deported.
Oh wow, gotcha moment, gotcha. What's your point?
Do you admit that you were wrong on that?
No, I'm not wrong. He's an illegal alien. He's not a Maryland father.
Okay, what was your initial claim, buddy?
I don't know. You're the one on Adderall. You got a better focus than I do.
You literally said to me, they did not mistakenly deport him. They did it on purpose. But in court filings, they literally said it was a mistake. They said it was an administrative error.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, buddy.
Hey, can we agree murdering people is fucking wrong?
I never disagreed with that, buddy. Can we agree that... wait, do you think if it is the case that the Trump administration deported Abrego Garcia due to an administrative error, do you think that is wrong too?
An administrative error? Sure. On an administrative error? Sure.
Okay.
And then that's like... You're kind of arguing in a way, like it's like we got this guy that we caught breaking through a window. We got his DNA from the blood that he spilled from the glass when he got it in the house, and he raped a woman, and he's got his semen all in her pussy, and he killed her and murdered her, and then he got out the window. But because the cops didn't read him his Miranda rights.
Wow.
And then question him.
That's a great pivot, buddy. That's a nice one. Okay. Woohoo.
So
do you agree that if it hold on? Do you agree that if it is do you agree that if it is do you agree that if it is so do you agree that if it is the case that Trump deported immigrants without due process, not beyond Abrego Garcia, but also an additional 261 or so of them, at the very least, that would also be
I want every
bad.
Single illegal immigrant out of this.
Why do you never answer my questions? Do you agree that if they were deported without due process, that would be bad?
They've had due process. This is what you don't understand.
Why? How would you feel if you didn't eat breakfast this morning?
I'd never eat breakfast. I'd feel great.
Okay. Wait, how would you feel if you did eat breakfast?
I'd probably have to take a shit by noon.
Incredible. Okay, so now that you've maybe 50% proven that you can engage with the hypothetical, do you agree that if it is the case that Trump deported illegal immigrants...
Hypothetical. Okay.
Right. Do you agree that if it is the case that Trump deported immigrants with what the Supreme Court later ruled was not proper notice of what act they were being deported under, and without a mechanism to seek habeas claims, that would be bad?
You don't get to just come into the United States.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the same question again. Do you agree that if it is the case...
You have the rights of an American citizen if you're not an American citizen.
You can... That's true. That's true. But illegal immigrants still have some right to due process, even under the Alien Enemies Act, which I think is questionable whether the Alien Enemies Act is constitutional in the first place. But even under the Alien Enemies Act, you still have some right to due process, even if you are an illegal alien. So do you acknowledge?
Due process was, did you come in illegally? Yes. Well, get the fuck out. That's due
Okay.
process.
First of all, they weren't even afforded, in this case, they weren't even afforded the right to sort of factually dispute whether or not they were illegal immigrant, an alien enemy of 14 years or older, or whatever that the
You're a horrible
act,
debater.
allows.
You jump around from fucking topic to topic. You
I'm not.
really are not.
But
You
okay,
are not,
okay, buddy.
You are not a good debater at all.
So first of all, in the initial cases, I don't even think the immigrant supported even had the chance to dispute factually whether they were, in fact, illegal immigrants.
How old are you? Your voice keeps squeaking. How old are you?
Are we just gonna pivot? I'm not gonna answer that. So I'm gonna ask the same question again. We're gonna see. Wait. I'll answer that question if you answer my question. Okay.
Are you an
if
MMA
it was
fighter?
if it was the case, if it was the case, I'll answer that question too. If you answer my question, okay. If it was the case, you're not engaged. You can't actually answer these questions or engage in good faith, which is why you're pivoting to all this random bullshit. Do you think if it was the case?
We're on the Supreme Court about illegal illegal aliens when we started off on fucking Charlie Kirk.
What claim? First of all, you're the one that brought up immigration, and first of all, you're the one that brought up immigration in the first place. Second of all, what claim did you make that you think I'm refuting here?
I do want to kiss his cute little nose. Look at that. Look at him. Just kiss him already.
Can you answer my question? What claim do you think I'm refuting here when I bring up the Supreme Court rulings?
What are you talking about? And how the fuck use shrimp to donate? Is that a real? Holy fuck! I gotta look.
Yep, it's a real thing. Yep, I donate. You can look at what's from Welfare Project. It's a real thing. It's a lot of. I think it's a very good charity.
Have you been to? Have you seen that internet historian video where he went?
I've been to every furry convention. I've been to every, and I see your mom there all the time. Too. It's kind of crazy.
I bet you were in the ball pit. I bet you were the one that pissed in the ball pit.
Absolutely. Me and your mom both actually pissed in the ball pit. Okay, it was hard to control our bowel movements after all the anal sex that we had at the furry convention. But
you don't need to get
you're clearly
nasty.
not.
I didn't bring up your mother.
Incredible. True. Okay. So do you have anything? Have any final words, buddy? Because you're not a very interesting conversation. you clearly you're not engaging in good faith.
Oh,
remotely.
Use,
we weren't.
Exclamation shrimp and donate with the link where. Make me wear. Oh shit! If I donate, you'll put that thing on.
Do you donate to the Shrimp Welfare Project? 20 pounds.
$20 and you'll put that fucking thing on.
Well, I'm about to end stream, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh,
but,
dude,
yeah.
I almost want to. The donos.
I'm gonna wear it next stream if you want me to.
Like unfuck the United.
I mean, I can start off wearing it next stream if you want to donate it. I'll just do it next stream. I'll put the shrimp costume on for it.
Oh my god, you are a broken person. You are literally broken.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Right.
You are a miserable, sad piece of shit. And I hope you get better. I really do. I honestly, I want to.
I don't. It seems like you just really do not engage with anything I said. You constantly pivot to random irrelevant things. You can't even repeat the questions I asked back to you.
You changed the subject a million times. A million times.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you're Adderall. Maybe you should do Adderall and Xanax. Maybe it would.
True. I think Xanax is ADHD. Isn't Xanax an antidepressant or whatever? But yeah.
Yeah. It'll kind of balance each other out.
True. Okay. Anything else you want to say, buddy?
No, I just hope you get help. You're clearly disturbed, and you're
I'm
not
disturbed.
Good. You're not good for this country. You're not.
I'm not good for this country.
What are you doing? Why are you still peeing?
No, you.
But you are.
Not America's values at heart. I care about every single person.
Join the waiting room.
Black, white, trans, gay. I don't care. I don't make fun of people when they die.
Magna.
Okay.
And if you don't belong in this country, and then we'll go back to that, I don't have a problem with getting the people the fuck out.
Okay.
Come in the right way. My neighbor who lives right across.
Yep, that's cool, but okay, we're not. Yep, we understand. I got it. Okay. I'll see you.
Yards from me, a Mexican immigrant, and I love the man
That's
to death.
great.
And he's a huge
I'll
Trump
see you. I'll see you later, buddy. If you want to donate next stream to make me wear the shrimp costume, I would highly encourage you to do that. Because the Shrimp Welfare Project is a very good charity.
All right, man.
And
all right. Yep.
you know,
Yep. Go get that. Go get that acne looked at. Get that nose. You gotta look like you got hit with a fucking bike.
That's a nice. Yeah,
Look,
I'm the one that's
it looks
hurting.
like you got hit
Anyway,
in the face with the.
That's great.
Your nose is all red and swollen. It's.
I'll see you. I'll see you later, buddy. That's wonderful.
Put some cream on it. Put some cream.
Incredible. El Gallo, what do you want to chat about? My phone's dead. I wasn't planning on streaming tonight anyway. I don't really. Know what conversation you think is going to be super interesting. Don't subject yourself to bullshit, just go to bed. I probably will, but I don't even know what they want to talk about. It was interesting, I guess. It was a fun time, I guess. It was actually entertaining despite the sad murder. This is real. What are we... What's this Reddit link? It's marked not safe for work. I don't know if I can... Nothing in here looks like not safe for work. What a chat, this dude is dumb. Which dude? I actually want to talk, but we can talk tomorrow or something. I mean, sure. What do you want to chat about? Well, for all the new people here, you know, you can subscribe if you haven't to check out the next stream, which will be tomorrow. Well, technically today, I guess. I think, probably. This whole left versus right, morality, freedom of speech. I don't know exactly, but like an actual convo. I mean, there's a very broad topic. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. I guess I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know. I want to talk first time Twitch. I don't know. Okay, I feel like I've explained to you several times the thing, but okay. Friday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be talking to Hunter, this guy from Jubilee. He's also like a with more specific in DMs, that's okay? Sure. This dude from the Jubilee, Patrick David Socialist video or whatever. I think he did really well. I think he's highly intelligent. He's also like some actual important like activist dude, so that's cool. He does some, I don't know what organization it is or whatever, but he's cool. And then the day after that, same time, 9 p.m. AST, I'll be doing that. 6 p.m. PST if you live in a cringe PST time zone. And then next day, same time, Saturday, I'll be talking to Seth from this video as well.
How you doing?
I think he's also did pretty well. I want to talk to fucking Mason and Gabby, but neither of them responded to my DMs, unfortunately. So, rip. Yeah. Anyway, one night before bed. What a bum, bro. You're not the one. I feel like you're not in the waiting rooms. I don't know what you want from me. You got to join the waiting room for me to do anything. It's my first time. I don't know you. I don't know. Do you know how? Do you just not know how Discord works at all? Do you see the waiting room channel? You got to click on that. There should be like a little volume thing with a text that says waiting room. I don't think anyone can beat that last caller. Probably not. That was a pretty interesting dude. Well, I'm sure once I start doing more TikTok debates, okay, maybe someone will approach that level. I think I am going to start doing some more TikTok debates or whatever. Let me try to figure it out. Okay, well, you're going to figure it out, and we can maybe chat tomorrow. I don't know. I still don't really know what on earth you want to chat about. But yeah, well, I appreciate everyone stopping by. I appreciate all the new people here. Want to talk to me about Charlie Kirk, whatever. Again, I'm streaming again tomorrow, probably at least. And then I'm going to stream again the 2 dates I mentioned for, you know, actual debates and stuff, which is cool. Head over to Food Shops. Well, thank you, Bye Dubs, for the follow. You're going to Food Shops on YouTube. On Twitch, I guess I'll send you to Kinakin, Actual Jake, Legate Lanius. RIP Charlie Manreal. I think I'll send you to. This is tough. I think I'll send you the Kid Not Kin. I knew that someone liked it, but yeah, I understand. You've said it 500 times, bro. I understand. I get it. Yes. Thanks for watching the debate. But yeah, it was interesting. I already knew probably about like half the stuff or whatever. Like I've definitely like heard like most of it, like in the beginning, obviously when he talks about like the sick patients and the test and whatever, like, you know, I've heard all that stuff before. I've heard some of the more general stuff as well. Like obviously just the sort of basic kind of Bayesian formula and updating your beliefs based on new evidence and stuff. So yeah. And I've heard obviously a lot of stuff about priors from just the philosophy stuff I read. So let's talk. If you joined the waiting room, you could have, but you don't. Okay, dude. I'm gonna give it myself. I'm gonna Kirk myself. Okay, goddamn. You figure it out tomorrow, and I still don't know what you want to talk about, by the way, but we can talk. Anyway, yeah. See you guys tomorrow. Love streaming. Love the guys watching stream. Very cool that I get a decent number of viewers in here for certain things, and have a fun time chatting with all of y'all. Head over to Kinakin on Twitch, Food Shops, and YouTube. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe so you catch those things. See you guys. Appreciate it. Love you. See ya. Hope to see you all again tomorrow.